About that. If you voted for Kamala Harris, please do hit the like button, hit the share button, help us get to 10,000 likes. We are going to get started in just a minute with some conversations and debates. How's everybody doing? Y'all having a good day? Halfway through the week, folks. We are getting there. We are almost done. We are almost done. So again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. If you voted for Kamala Harris, hit that like button, hit the share button. Please do help us get to 10,000 likes. We are going to get started in just a moment. Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? So again, folks and friends, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. If you voted for Kamala Harris, hit the like button, hit the share button. Please do help us get to 10,000 likes. We will get started in just a moment. Do we have any mods on, by the way? We might need to add some more mods. Let's get some mods in here. Hey, Megan. Folks, if you're going to be tuning in for the live stream tonight, I would love to get some mods up here. Again, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. If you voted for Kamala, hit the like button, hit the share button. We are going to get started in just a minute. Hi, everybody. Hi, Cole. Hi, Aiden. Hello, everybody. Again, folks, let's get some mods up here. I know that some of our mods are busy today, so if you are willing to mod, please drop a comment, and then I'll get some of y'all added into here. And again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. If you voted for Kamala, hit the like button, hit the share button. All right, let's get some more mods in here. We are going to get started with our first guest in about a minute. Less than, honestly, so sit tight. We're just getting some mods in to help us keep the chat kind of clean. Tony, can I bring you up as a mod? Let me give you mod permissions. That way, because I see that you're a sub, so you can feel free to mute anybody who says anything absolutely crazy. All right, let's see if we could get a guest up here. Again, folks, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request so that I can so that I can talk to you. If you voted for Kamala Harris, please hit the like button, hit the share button. Nick, hi, you voted for Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
And why so?
Well, honestly, when I hear Trump speak at a rally, I just feel more engaged with him than Harris. And I just feel more into him.
Okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, even the way you just described that was really weird. So is there an actual reason as to why you voted for Donald Trump, or is it just because you like his haircut? Because if it's the haircut, we can do that.
Well, I feel like he just knows what he's doing more than Harris.
That doesn't make any sense. Bridget, I just gave you muting power, so feel free to mute anybody who says completely outrageous stuff in the chat. So you have a crush on Donald Trump? Is it the tiny hands?
How else could he have become president?
Is it the tiny hands?
I don't really care about his
Okay,
hands.
so then help me better understand this once more. For example, you recognize that Donald Trump is putting forward a plan that's going to cut Social Security, but you said, well, I like his haircut. So, I know he's going to cut Social Security and that's going to leave, elderly Americans, disabled Americans, veterans, homeless. But that's okay because his haircut's nice. That's what you did? Is that really it?
Wow.
Okay, so then do you want to have a coherent conversation or?
I mean, what you're saying, let's talk about why you should have voted for Harris.
Sure. So let's look first and foremost at Donald Trump's income plan here, right? Donald Trump is cutting the income tax, the corporate tax, the Social Security tax. Those three taxes add $4.9 trillion to the Social Security pot every single year. The House Republican budget put forth and endorsed by 80% of House Republicans, meaning this is the budget that they will indeed put forward in the House and vote for, is going to cut another 1.5 trillion.
Well, how do we know that?
How do we know that? Because this is their budget. And the stats come from U.S. Federal Revenue, U.S. Federal Reserve, with the backing from the Treasury Department.
Well, obviously it wasn't going to be
help me better understand this again.
No one voted
right?
for her.
Let's recognize that if you are cutting Social Security in its entirety, you have to have a plan to uplift those you're about to steal the lifeline of. For example, you know that elderly Americans, disabled Americans, many veterans rely on Social Security and disability benefits. Your House Republican budget cuts every dime that they were intending on receiving. So help me understand here. Why'd you vote for that? And what's your plan to ensure that elderly Americans don't go homeless?
Because they're already having their retirement fund.
No, Social Security was the retirement. Now it's gone, right?
So you
According
think
to this budget. And here's word for word what this budget will do. Cut Social Security in its entirety. An original $1.5 trillion in cuts to Social Security, which is what is left in the pot. Then $400 billion coming out of corporate income taxes, $1.2 trillion out of Social Security income taxes, $2.6 trillion out of individual income taxes, which takes annually $4.9 trillion out of the pot of Social Security, leaving nothing left. This is also going to raise the retirement age to 69, possibly 70, and then cut disability benefits. It's going to repeal the $35 cap on insulin, repeal the $2,000 out-of-pocket cap. It's going to cut the ACA and CHIP, which is the Children's Health Insurance Program. Can you tell me again why you voted for that?
Well, I'm not any of those people. I'm not old. I'm not.
Oh, okay. So you're saying, yeah, screw the old people, right? That's what you're saying?
But
Really?
you're saying from that standpoint.
Do you have parents?
It doesn't really affect me.
Do you have parents, or were you dropped at a firehouse as a baby?
No, I have parents,
Okay. How old are they?
like 50s.
Okay. Were they hoping on collecting Social Security someday or no?
I don't know, probably, maybe.
Okay. But now they won't be able to do such a thing under this policy, which will be passed because you have the House majority,
Well,
Senate
how do we know
majority.
that's actually going to stand forever?
What does that even mean? How is this going to stand forever? Once they cut Social Security, you understand there's no going back, correct?
Okay, so then why didn't Trump do that in 2016 when
Because he
was
wasn't
president?
running on it in 2016.
So then what's that even going to do? Like what?
Did I not just say it 10 times?
Okay, but like
Like,
I
are you
mean,
good? Are you sundowning? I get it's 5 o'clock on the East
what
Coast,
am I
but
sundowning?
yeah,
How can I sundown when the sun is literally down?
because the sun's going down.
Okay, and what about you?
So help me better understand this again. You're saying effectively that, yeah, your parents were going to collect Social Security someday, but you don't mind them losing access to their Social Security so long as you get to vote for Donald Trump based off of what? Like, what did you get out of this?
I mean, how is this going to affect me negatively? I don't see how
How
Trump
is this going to affect you positively? I just explained exactly how this is going to screw over your parents, veterans, elderly Americans, disabled Americans, you as well, because you will not have access to Social Security in the future.
So that's
How
it.
did this help you
That's one little
positively?
thing.
How did voting for Trump help you positively? And mind you, this isn't an opinion, right? This is fact. Mike Johnson said so
With
himself. That's your Speaker of the House.
we're gonna get more world peace with other
What?
countries.
Thank you for the galaxy, Alex. World peace in what sense? Does that what?
He's
Huh?
already been talking with different world leaders.
Yeah, he spoke to Vladimir Putin, apparently, and then Vladimir Putin came forward and said he never spoke to Donald Trump, and then congratulated Donald Trump by putting Melania Trump's interesting, undressed model photos on their national television in Russia. You understand that they played reruns of Melania Trump's scandalous photos from her time modeling in her birthday suit.
Well, I don't.
Thank
I
you,
don't.
Shar.
I
In
don't
her birthday
I
suit on
don't-
national television in Russia because they were making fun of Donald
okay.
Trump.
Well, that's not.
So I'm
that's
sorry.
not going away.
What exactly? I'm sorry. Are you saying that Vladimir Putin respects Donald Trump? Is that what you're suggesting here?
Well, did he respect Joe
Because
Biden?
everybody can look this up. For the days following the election, Vladimir Putin has been playing reruns of Donald Trump's wife in her birthday suit. That's their government-ran television in Russia. Everybody has now seen those photos in
Okay,
Russia.
so well,
That was his
we're
congrats to Donald Trump.
We're actually taking the word. We're actually going to.
So help me understand. Are you suggesting that Vladimir Putin respects Donald Trump? Because clearly not. Clearly not.
I mean, it's literally.
Also, Donald
it
Trump
started
said that
talking-
he was going to end the war against Ukraine one day after getting elected. What happened?
because he's not the president yet.
Well, he said one day after getting elected. He said he doesn't even need to be sworn in, that he'll finish the war the day after he's elected. I mean, we're days after his election. Why hasn't he stopped
You guys
it?
won't give him the opportunity to.
That doesn't make sense. He has the opportunity now, right? He said he just needs one day after his election. I mean, we're days past.
You guys want to let
he
you guys want to
said,
let him work to help.
You're going to
end the
blame
war.
Democrats for this again? How does that make sense? How are you blaming Democrats? Democrats don't have the
Because
majority in
you guys
any
won't
chamber.
let him have all the opportunities and
Are you
opportunities
good?
to end the war.
Are you good? Pick yourself up and answer the question. Again,
I
Donald
just
Trump
did.
said that the day after the election, if he won the election, he would end the war between Ukraine and Russia. We are a week after, still no solution. So did he lie? Oh, I'm shocked. He lied?
No, he was talking about when he's the president of the United States.
No, he wasn't. He said he doesn't even need to be president. He said he can do this the day after the election. He said and made very clear in the statement he does not need to be president. He just needs one day after winning his election and that he would accomplish a solution. It didn't happen. So are you saying he lied?
Won't let him. I mean, if you
You're
guys
saying we
give
won't let
all
him.
the-
How does
all
that
the
make
chances-
any sense? Make it make sense. Are you
because,
good?
Because Biden is still in office.
That
so
doesn't
then you
make
guys
any
have
sense.
to
Donald Trump said
protect
Joe Biden could be in office. He just needs one day after being elected to secure a solution to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Why are you creating a backdoor for Donald Trump? Did he lie or not lie? I mean, it's a week after the election. Why hasn't he accomplished a solution? Right? Speaking of, can you tell us what his solution is? Because again, you're suggesting that Vladimir Putin respects him, but we know for the past week, Vladimir Putin on their government-run television in Russia has been literally playing reruns of images of Melania Trump's scandalous modeling career as she sits in her birthday suit. So birthday suit images of Melania Trump has been now shown to every single Russian in their country on national television, paid for by Vladimir Putin. Does that sound like respect? Does that sound to you like Vladimir Putin respects Donald Trump?
I mean, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish there, but I mean, we're just getting ahead of him. I mean, that's his
That
fault.
doesn't make any sense. We're just getting ahead of him. Make that make sense.
Because, well, they're overdoing that on their TVs. We're actually making a plan to end the war.
Oh, really? What's the plan? Because again, Donald Trump said he needed one day to do it. I mean, it's a week. It's been a week.
We're sending funds and military over to Ukraine.
Yes. Do you know why?
Yeah, to end the war.
Okay. I'm sorry. What? You're sending weaponry over to Ukraine because of Mike Johnson, the Republican House Speaker, approved that aid. You understand?
Okay. And
Okay.
okay. So
I'm sorry. Are you saying that now Republicans support that? Because Republicans have spent the past months
no, we're gonna do it.
saying they don't support that.
Under Trump.
So you're saying under Trump you're going to give more money to Ukraine. That's what you just said.
I mean, that's just one thing. I don't think
I'm
that's.
sorry. You're
100%
giving money to
reason.
Ukraine,
I mean
and that's your solution. Didn't
That's not
I'm sorry?
the
Didn't
main
Republicans
solution.
not just
It's
spend
one
like 6
thing.
months running on defunding Ukraine? Are you okay?
What?
Like, are you okay?
I'm good.
You sure? You just
Are
said that
you
Donald
okay?
Trump's going to fund Ukraine. You
We're
just
gonna-
said Donald Trump's going to fund Ukraine.
We're gonna send whatever we need to help Ukraine to be able to fight the
You
war.
don't support Ukraine. You know that Donald Trump doesn't support Ukraine, right? He was running on defunding Ukraine, not funding Ukraine.
I mean,
If you wanted to
that's in the
fund
past.
Ukraine, then you would have voted for Kamala. What? Huh?
Well, obviously, if Kamala,
Are you
obviously
good?
That's not what we all thought. I mean, she obviously didn't know what she was doing because she can't
You
even.
don't know where you are right now. You just said that Donald Trump's going to fund Ukraine. You understand that Donald Trump was running on defunding Ukraine, right? That is why he received national criticism, because he wanted to violate the Budapest Memorandum by defunding Ukraine, which would inevitably renuclearize Ukraine, leading us into a Cold War.
Okay, so how do you think Trump won the election then?
I don't even know where to go from here in this conversation with you. You just said that Donald Trump is going to fund Ukraine. One more time, do you recognize that you are indeed delirious? Donald Trump was running on defunding Ukraine, not funding Ukraine. Do you understand?
I mean, well, it's your personal opinion. I mean,
That's not my
I get you're
personal
just
opinion. What do
biased
you mean
against
personal
Trump, and you're
opinion?
just gonna
What's
talk
describe an opinion? What's an
negative.
opinion? Define opinion.
Opinion is someone's personal thoughts and what they
Okay,
believe.
so that what I just said was not a personal thought. Donald Trump was campaigning on defunding Ukraine, not funding Ukraine. That is not a opinion. That is not a personal thought. That is a fact. Do you understand that?
Okay, all right. I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
So
that's
you
what
have
you
no
thought.
idea as to why you voted for Donald Trump. You simply just did so due to your own willful ignorance. I mean, really? Really? Congrats, I
Well,
guess.
I
Good
know
for
more
you.
about Trump than I do with Harris.
Apparently not, because you just said that Donald Trump wants to fund Ukraine, which everybody in this chat knows he was advocating to defund Ukraine,
Well, I
not
know that
fund
Trump is more
Ukraine.
of a fighter than Harris.
You just said Donald Trump was going to fund Ukraine, and now you're saying that you know a lot about Trump. Let's be so real. You know nothing about Trump. How many bankruptcies did Trump have?
I don't worry about the negatives about Trump.
Six.
I worry about the
I'm
positives.
sorry. What are Donald Trump's 34 felony counts for?
I don't know.
Falsifying
I don't
business
know. I
records,
mean,
checks, and statements.
you guys
You
over
know
here just
nothing about Donald
thought
Trump.
about them.
Wow.
But I don't. Why should I
This is
care?
insane.
I mean, if
Can
he,
you
I
tell
mean,
me?
he's.
Can you tell me Donald Trump's tariff stance? Like what percentage of a tariff is he going to put on China? Can you tell me that?
I mean, I think. I mean, I think it's a good amount. I mean, if you see what he was
What's the
doing to China.
percent?
I mean, I don't remember at the top of my head, but I remember
Oh
seeing something
my
about it.
God.
I mean, what?
I'll be honest. I do envy you in a sense because part of me wishes I could be this simple-minded. My life would be so easy if I could go about my days knowing nothing, right? Like if I knew nothing like you, my days would be so much easier, right?
What?
Right? I mean, it must be
What?
so fun for you just to walk around not knowing jack shit. It's like you no fears, no concerns. You just walk around la di da di da, empty noggin. It's giving golden retriever smooth brain.
I mean, you over here have like your computer open with 25 tabs, so obviously you
I'm
know what
talking to you
you're doing.
face to face. There's no computer
You
in
got your
front of me right
computer
now.
in front of
So
you.
help me better understand this again. You don't know Donald Trump's economic policy. You don't know where. Oh, and let's talk about the border. Let's talk about immigration. I mean, your party said Donald Trump's going to close up that border. What's he going to do? What's the plan to close up the border? Can you break that down for me?
He's gonna build, or he's gonna make sure that he has guards and no one's able to get in. They gotta show
He
proof.
wasn't running on guards.
They gotta
He
show
wasn't
proof.
running on border
They
security
they
agents.
gotta
That
show
was
proof.
Kamala. The same way you just said that Donald Trump wants to fund Ukraine. No, he said defund Ukraine. Now you're saying he was running on border security agents. He was not running on expanding border security agents. That was not his policy.
That was his policy when he was first president in 16. But then Biden and Harris had to just
No, it wasn't his
extend off
policy
his
then
plan.
either. It wasn't
They
his
had to take
policy then
over it.
either. No, no. No, no, no. It
Trump
was not
said
his
when his first
policy in
presidency that he
2016
was going to build a
either.
wall.
Oh my gosh. You meant to vote for Kamala. You meant to vote for
No,
Kamala.
I didn't want
No, you're
Kamala as
confused.
president.
You support Kamala Harris. You voted for Donald Trump clearly because, well, I mean, let's ask the chat. Chat, let's see. He supports Kamala's border policy. He supports Ukraine, doesn't want to defund Ukraine, even when as far as saying that Donald Trump supports Ukraine and wants to fund Ukraine when we know that's not the case. So he's misled when it comes to foreign policy, immigration, and economic strategy. He actually endorses Kamala Harris' stance on all these subjects. Why would he vote against the black woman, but vote for the white man, even though he supports the black woman's policies? Let's all think about this. Chat, let's think. Let's think. You voted against the black woman and for the white man, even though he supports the black woman's policies. Jazz, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. I appreciate the love.
I mean,
Nick, can
it's
you
what
tell us, Nick? Nick, can you
what
tell us why would you vote against the black woman and for the white man if you support the black woman's policies? Gosh, what might the reason be?
I just like Trump more. I like him more as a person. I mean,
Right, you like him more as a
I mean, I
person because you
understand he's
like him
got
more that he's a
all the
white man. That's what it is.
no, no,
Yes.
no. It's got nothing to do.
Yes.
I was a fan of Obama.
No.
Yeah, I was.
No.
You don't think I liked Obama?
No.
So,
I'm sure you would have liked Obama if he was white.
no. So you think that if Harris was white, I would have voted for her?
Considering you just endorsed her policies and said you support Ukraine, but then voted for Donald Trump, yeah, you're racist.
No,
Yeah, you are.
no.
Yeah, you
I'm not a
are. Yeah,
racist.
you are. You're
How
also
can I?
sexist. Congrats.
No.
Yeah, you are.
What, from what?
Well, again, you endorsed the black woman's policies and you said you support what she supports, but then you cast your ballot for the white man, even though you don't know anything he stands for. And in fact, you don't stand on the same beliefs as he holds. So that was you voting based off of the fact he's a white man and you didn't want to vote for a black woman.
Okay, well, even
Understood?
if I had voted for Harris, it wouldn't have mattered because Trump still would have won in the landslide.
Well, let's be clear on this. At least then you could have kept some of your integrity, but I don't think there was anything left for you to keep, right? Instead you voted, even though you support Kamala's policies, you voted for the felon, sexual abuser, and civil fraudster who owes $488 million dollars to the state of New York and was found guilty by a unanimous jury of falsifying business records, checks, and statements. He is the textbook definition of an insurrectionist. His own chief of staff called him a
Yeah,
fascist, and he
all of that,
violated the
and he
Second
still
Amendment
he
within the
still became the president of the
Constitution.
United States.
Yeah, because there's just not enough people, right, who did the research. As yourself, you voted for Donald Trump, and yet you supported Kamala Harris's policies. You just didn't take 5 minutes to research her
Well, I
policies.
like the
So now you get
story.
to live in Trump's America, where unfortunately a lot of people are about to get fucked because of you.
No,
Yeah, because of
because of
you.
me. What am I
Because
doing?
of you. Well, because of your ignorance, right? You said yourself you support what Kamala supports, and yet you voted against Kamala solely because Donald Trump's a white man. I mean, that's really the epitome of what we have gone over so far. I mean, that's just the fact. So again, I'm trying to better understand here. Do you understand and accept the fact that you are sexist and racist? Or will you never learn to accept that? Because you won't be able to
I
advance as
want
a
to say
person until
I'm
you
not.
understand that it
I'm
quite
not.
literally is your fault that we're tanking this country, right? I mean,
No, we're not going there.
you said yourself that you support what Kamala supports, and yet you voted for Donald Trump because he's a white man. Marie, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate the love, Marie. Thank you for the Venmo. So, Nick, help me better understand this then. Now that you have caused an issue, thank you for the whale. Now that you have caused an issue for so many Americans across the board, let's start with immigration in part, right? You said that Donald Trump was close the border, even though you don't understand what his border policy is, and you in fact endorsed Kamala's border policy. Can you help me better understand what exactly he is going to do to close the border? I'm sure you've Googled it by now, right? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I already told you.
No, you said what Kamala was going to do. You were confused. So what is Trump going to do?
Well, when he finds all the illegal immigrants who, I mean, they really shouldn't be in this country if they don't got
How is he going to find them?
they're gonna do documented searches. Like if you get
How?
if a legal immigrant it gets caught like speeding or something, and they can check them, and then
We're
they can
doing
see
that
that they're
now. That's called
illegal.
deportation. So what's he going to do?
He's gonna send them back to their country.
We're doing that now. We're already doing that. That's something we're already doing. We've been doing that for 50 years. So what is he going to do?
I mean that's what he's supporting, and that's what
What do
he's
you mean?
going off of.
You're saying that he supports doing what we're doing now. That he just supports doing what we're already doing?
I mean,
Really?
what do you not understand?
I don't understand how that shuts the border down. You said that Donald Trump was going to shut down the border, but you just said he's going to continue doing exactly what we're doing. So does that mean that the border's already shut down?
I mean, they can't get in illegally.
Okay, so then the border's fine, you're saying. Then why don't you just vote for Kamala? You're saying that the border's totally fine now and that Trump is just going to continue business as usual.
I mean, you're saying I should vote for Harris just because of one little thing. I mean,
No, this is you again endorsing Kamala, right? You endorsed Kamala's border just now. in front of 1,000 people. You just said that Donald Trump is going to continue business as usual when it comes to the border because it's already closed. That's what you just said. So help me understand here. Do you actually know any policy that Donald Trump has put forth, or no?
I still prefer Trump more because
Right, because he's a white
I
man
I like
and
that he
you
has
don't
more
like
faith
black
in him.
women.
No,
Yeah.
I like that he had all the odds against him. I like his
You like
underdog
that he had
story.
all the odds against him?
Yeah,
You understand he had no odds against him, right? The polls
I mean
had them 50-50
everyone
the
on here wants
entire
to talk
time.
negatively about him.
Dude, maybe because he's a rapist. Emma, thank you for the $2 on Cash App. I appreciate the love. So help me understand something. You voted for a rapist. You're saying the odds are against him. They literally weren't, right? Because he's,
Well,
a white man in
everyone was so
America. I mean,
confident that
excuse
Harris
me,
was
the
going to
odds
become
of being a
president of the
felon, let's be
United
clear on
States.
this, right? Donald Trump is a felon, rapist, civil fraudster. The odds were so far not against him that if, for example, a black man did what Donald Trump did, civil fraud, sexual abuse, the 34 felonies, I mean, the black man would be in prison right now. Donald Trump in this America had no odds against. I mean, he literally has zero odds against him. You understand that,
Okay, well, you want to
right?
say why did I vote for a rapist? Well, obviously none of that was relevant because how do you think all the swing states voted Trump?
Because of misinformed and uninformed people like you. You're not
Didn't
understanding.
oh
You are the problem, right? The same way that you support what Kamala supports, and you don't know a single thing Donald Trump stands for when it comes to policy, and the only items you did know you were in fact wrong about. Look at Ukraine. You said Donald Trump wants to fund Ukraine, and so you support Ukraine when Donald Trump said he wants to defund Ukraine.
okay, so you say everyone is
Or
misinformed.
you said that Donald Trump wants to put an expansion on border agents into place, and yet that was Kamala, not Donald Trump. So there are just, yeah, thousands of people like you who are uninformed, right? The same way that you MAGA Republicans are running around saying, well, Donald Trump's going to cut our taxes. No, no. Donald Trump never released a plan to cut your taxes.
Okay,
That
but
was not a plan.
didn't you like go around and talk to people?
Are you okay?
What?
I
Is
have
that not
no idea
true?
what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
I saw before I came on here that you said something that you were traveling
Brittany, thank you so much for the
that
$10
you
on
were
Cash
that
App. I
you like
appreciate the
you
love.
were traveling and you were going to meet
Right.
people.
I'm sorry. Do you think that I was able to talk to 70 million people?
No, I'm talking about where you
Okay.
did go. You said you went in
Right.
Pennsylvania,
I've
but
had lots of conversations with numerous voters, and I, in
okay.
fact, successfully
So you say
taught
successfully, but
other people. Excuse me.
Pennsylvania was
Right.
still red.
Because,
So
fun
you're
fact,
saying
I
we're
wasn't able to
misinformed.
talk to 200,000 people. You understand that? You're coming up here and saying, Johnny, you spoke to so many people, and yet Pennsylvania still went red. Right. Because I couldn't talk to 200,000 people. That's, huh?
So
Maybe a couple thousand,
the only places
not
you talked to were
200,000. Do you understand that? I think what's going on here is um you're sundowning. I think you're sundowning.
what
And
is it
and it's
with you and that?
unfortunate because I think that the medication you would need to stop you from sundowning is medication you won't be able to receive in Donald Trump's America because he wants to cut the ACA as part of the House Republican budget,
No, I don't need no
right?
medicine for that.
Well, I think you should consider it, right?
No,
Um
I don't,
anyway,
that's irrelevant.
no, it's really not. It's
I
very
don't care about
relevant.
that.
It's very relevant.
No,
So anyway,
that's not gonna affect me.
I think it already has. Okay.
No,
So can
I'm
you
good with that.
justify here again? You recognize that Vladimir Putin, one day after the election, has been, for the past week now, starting one day after the election, up until today, and still doing so, sharing scandalous photos of Melania Trump in her birthday suit on national Russian government paid television. Like, you understand that those are photos that they're circulating on national television in Russia from morning until night.
Okay.
Does that mean that Vladimir Putin respects Donald Trump? Because it doesn't. I mean, I don't feel like that's respecting Donald Trump or his wife.
Well, I mean, if why isn't
I
he
mean,
doing
all you
that?
Trumpers said that Donald Trump was so respected by Vladimir Putin. It doesn't seem. I mean, is that a, like, I don't know. is that like a Russian tradition that after, a man becomes president that you post nude photos of his wife on national television, government funded television? Is that like a sign of
No,
respect or?
that's what friends do. They like do
Oh, that's
bad
what
things
friends
to each
do.
other.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they call each other names and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
that's what it is. It's just like them, like joshing around.
Right, right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I mean, Trump just became elected, so it's just now
Right. And so
starting.
Vladimir Putin was like, "Let me share these photos of your wife in her birthday suit on national television in Russia because that's what you call friendship." Yeah, totally.
Trump. I mean, it's not like Trump seeing them or anything.
Right. No, I mean he has seen it. Everybody has seen it. Everybody in Russia has now seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, everybody has seen it. This is national
You've
news.
seen it?
This is national news. Not
What?
all of us can hide under a rock.
Why are you looking at that, Johnny?
Oh,
That's
I'm sorry. The
crazy.
New York Times, Fox News, CNN, even Breitbart has reported on it. How did you miss this?
So what? But
Pardon me.
why are
How
you
did you
looking
miss this?
at
Excuse
Melania
me,
Trump's birthday
Nick.
suit? That's
Nick.
crazy.
Nick. Nick.
What?
How would you miss this? This is my point. You're so uninformed and you do such little research that you didn't even know that this was happening. And you're probably still running around saying Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, Vladimir Putin respects Donald Trump. Can we get a show of hands in the chat? Have you seen Melania's scandalous modeling photos? Just show of hands in the chat. Oh, Nick.
What?
Looks like everybody's seen it now. See, again, Nick, because we all, don't live under a rock, you apparently somehow missed this. You must be trying to do such little research.
I mean, why are you all
Like,
looking?
it gets to
Why are
a
you all
point,
looking
excuse
at
me, it gets to
nudity?
a point where you're so willfully ignorant that you got to be making an effort to be that ignorant, right? Like, you really tried. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, Nick.
I mean, I don't know why you all looking
Okay.
at that. That's
Okay,
kind of crazy.
Nick. Nick, can you tell me
What?
again? So after Donald Trump cuts Social Security, which we know he will, and I could give you the exact percentages and digits if you want them, what is your plan for your parents who were going to collect Social Security but now can't? No plan?
What?
Okay.
No, it's gonna.
On the count of three, everybody, hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus! Poof! And he's gone. Oh my gosh, oh my god, the magic is real in America! Wow! The magic is real in America! Who knew that spell was gonna work? Goodness gracious! Oh gosh almighty! Anyway, folks, if you like what you're hearing today, my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in my bio. Feel free to support me. I'm going to get up our next guest. Let's continue having some conversations. If you did vote for Donald Trump, then you're going to want to join the guest request so that we could have a conversation. But if you did vote for Kamala Harris, please do hit that like button, hit the share button, help us get to 200,000 likes. We are going to move on to our next guest. The magic is real. Hocus Pocus is a wonderful spell, but please be very careful when you use similar-minded spells like Fetus Deletus in states such as Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Montana. Hi, guest. Are you...
Yo, Johnny, what's
my
going on,
gosh.
brother?
I don't need to listen to that voice for 15 minutes. That's a spell that Fetus Deletus should have probably been used on. Let's get up our next guest. Slowly but surely getting up our next guest. Again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, then join the guest request and let's have a conversation. Let's get up our next victim. Guest. Hi, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay, I can barely hear you. Sound like the guy who talks like, through the phone and they're like, do you like scary movies? Like the Scream
I said
dude?
absolutely.
Okay, you want to talk up a little bit more in the mic here? What are
Dude,
you
you're a
what are
bitch,
you
bro.
talking
You're
through? A
still crying
Nokia
about this shit.
1999?
You're still crying.
I'm crying.
Yeah, you're still crying. That's why you're still doing this
Why
bullshit.
would I be crying?
Because you lost.
I didn't lose. How old are you? Here, let me tell you exactly how I didn't lose. How old are you?
I'm 26, bro.
Is that you in your profile photo?
No, that's my kids, dude.
Oh, do you have a daughter?
I've got three.
Wow, you really threw them right under the bus by voting against their own interests, huh? So tell me again, you voted for Donald Trump, who has endorsed a 6-week abortion ban because do you hate your daughters that much?
An abortion ban? I think it's right not to abort people. You should not abort babies because they are living souls.
Nobody can hear you. Talk into your phone. This is the last time I'm going to ask you, okay? If you're talking through a Nokia 1999, it might be time to get an upgrade.
Hey, can you hear me better
There
now?
you go. Now I can
This
hear
is the last
you.
time I'm gonna say you're a
Good boy. Good
not a
boy.
good
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So I want to better understand this. You slapped down your daughters because you absolutely hate them and you voted away their rights and freedoms. They have less rights today than their mother did, who I assume's not with you anymore, than their mother did when she was their age. Why did you vote out their rights and freedoms for them to be treated less than equal in an America that apparently now hates them? Why did you vote away their rights and interests?
I don't think I did.
You did. It's not
Why?
debatable.
Can I
You
tell you
did.
why? Can I tell
No,
you why?
you voted away their rights and freedoms. Why?
Why?
Why did you vote away their rights and freedoms?
Can I tell you why I feel like they're no less than equal.
You
Equal
understand that they are quite literally
the wrong man.
they are quite literally less than equal to that of a man now, right? You understand that?
Honestly, hey,
You understand? Here's a good example. Can you name one policy that regulates the body of a man? Oh, he ran away. We got a runner. Yeah, let's get some cow emojis in the chat. Moo. We got a runner. Yeah. Let's get up our next guest. That was fun. Anyway, folks, if you like what you're hearing today and you want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in my bio, or if you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner and join our family, and please continue to tap on your screen, hit that like button, help us get to 200,000 likes. We are currently at 133,000 likes. If you could tap on your screen to help us get to 200,000, that'd be great. Let's get up our next guest. If you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request so that I can make fun of you, talk to you, so that I can talk to you. Ooh. Nah, you know what I meant. Ricky, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? 3, 2, 1, bye. Next. Again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about it. Don't be shy. Come on up. Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump? Oh my gosh, are you good?
Yes, I did. Hello?
Do you want to talk into your phone? I assume you have me on speaker or something. Can you do, can you not? I can barely hear you, and I don't need to hear the clanking of your dishes.
You hear me?
Nope.
Any better?
Nope.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's an iPhone.
Okay, it's not an iPhone. It's definitely a Nokia 1999. Let's get up our next guest. Also, you literally voted against yourself. I don't even... Y'all saw the profile photo? Let's get up our next guest, folks. If you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a conversation. Come on up. This is fun. I'm having a great time. Mike, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did vote for Donald Trump.
Is that you in your profile photo?
Don't worry about it, man. Let's just have a conversation.
Is that you in your profile photo?
It's not me, no. We're going to have a conversation or not?
Sorry, why is that your profile photo then?
It's irrelevant.
No, it's very relevant.
All right, you want to have a conversation or you want to be a bitch?
No, I want to know about the profile photo. Who's in your profile photo?
Hey, listen, I know
Who is that in your profile photo?
it's my uncle. You want to have a conversation? You're going to sit there looking all confused.
Okay, so that's you in your profile photo. Why'd you vote against your own interests? I mean, it's giving roaches for raid, slugs for salt.
Why? Wait. Why do you feel?
It's not I feel, it's I know. It's slugs for salt. Why did you vote against your own interests?
You sound like Biden. If you don't vote for me, you
No,
ain't black, right?
no,
Is that the same
no,
thing you're doing?
no,
You don't
no,
vote for
no,
me, you
no,
ain't
no,
black,
no, no,
right?
no. Shh, quiet time. Help me understand. You voted against your own interests because. Don't
Because
pivot.
it's not because it's not against my own interests. And I don't
No,
need
it
a white.
is.
Hey, I don't need a white boy to tell me what my interests are or aren't.
You understand that Donald Trump doesn't think of you as equal to that of a white American, right?
Oh, so
You
you're
voted
you're
against your own
you're
interests.
so you're the one to decide that? A white boy like you
Oh,
should
no, no,
decide?
no. You had every right to decide it on your own, and yet some reason
I
you were
did.
incapable of doing so. So you
I
voted for Donald Trump without any concept as to why you would do such a thing. I'm sorry, Donald Trump, the same guy to our first black man to become president, said he wasn't born in America solely based out of Donald Trump's own racism. Donald Trump, the guy who took out full page advertisements in the New York Times against the Central Park Five, he said that they should have been unalived even though they were exonerated. That was his racism. Donald Trump, who said he would not rent out apartments to black Americans because he's racist. Donald Trump, who said that Kamala Harris, who is a black woman, isn't a black woman. As a white man, he said to a black woman that she's not a black woman because he's racist. Help me understand here. Are you saying he's not racist? Because, I mean, that all sounds pretty racist to me. Do you want to unmute? Do you want to hurry up?
Yeah, you muted me actually. I
Hey,
didn't
you
mute
know that
myself.
Donald Trump said he wants to give reparations to white people? He just announced this.
Okay, that's obviously you taking out of context.
No,
Yeah,
that was not out of
yeah.
context. Chat, was that out of context? Am I out of context? Chat? Didn't Donald Trump just say, yeah, see, I'm not out of context. Donald
Oh,
Trump
okay.
just said he wants to
So-
give reparations to white people
All right. Yeah. So I
because
guess
he
your
feels that
chat-
by allowing, excuse me, because he said that by allowing black Americans into the same universities as white Americans, that impacted their experience at their university. That's Donald Trump, again, being racist. So help me understand here. Are you saying he's not racist?
I'll help you understand if you're willing to listen and shut up for a second. I'll help you understand.
Let me
sure.
just get a simple yes or no. Are you saying he is or is not racist?
I do not believe he's racist.
My
but
God.
You're asking a yes.
So let me ask
No,
it
you wa-
again.
do
Donald
you want to
Trump.
listen?
Well, I have yes
You
or no
go-
questions for you. I don't want to listen to you. I have yes or no questions for you, right? I want answers, right? Okay.
Exactly.
So help
Like
me
the old days,
understand.
right?
Help me understand. So again, Donald Trump saying that Barack Obama, without any reason to ask for a birth certificate, Donald Trump claiming that he wasn't born in America because he's the first black man to become president. Was that racist? Because he didn't do that for Bill Clinton or George Bush or George H.W. Bush or Ronald Reagan. I mean, only Barack Obama. I mean, he didn't do it for Joe Biden. Just Barack Obama. He said that Barack Obama couldn't have been born in America, that he isn't a citizen. Was that racist? Yes or no?
You're asking yes or no
It was
questions.
just a
so
yes
it's
or
not-
no.
It's
Yeah,
not, it's not
it
a
really
yes or
is
no
just a
answer.
yes or no answer.
You don't tell
I
me how
just
to
told you
speak.
what happens. Now I'm trying to
I don't have
understand.
to- hey, I don't
Excuse
have
you.
to answer
Excuse you.
questions the way you
Excuse you.
want me to
No, you
answer
do
them.
actually need to answer that question how I want you to. Again, I described what happened.
Okay,
Now
so
I
why
just
you
want to
have-
know: was that racist? Yes or no?
Are you having a monologue? or
Was
a
that
dialogue? You
racist? Yes
decide.
or no?
I told you it's not a yes or no answer because you're bringing off.
It really is a yes or no answer.
Well, let
Yeah,
me
it is.
actually. No, let
It
me answer the
is.
question.
Yeah,
said
can you
he
just
said
answer
something
that
about-
question? Was that racist? Yes or no?
Oh my God, were you the kid in school that reminded you?
Excuse
your
me.
teacher's
Was that
homework?
racist? Yes or no?
I'm answering the question. If you let me answer.
You didn't.
it.
I just need a yes or no.
All right, we're gonna play circles and play some answers. Is that how we're gonna do it?
All right, hold on.
you wanna
Fine.
actually listen?
Fine. I will listen. You go ahead. Say whatever you need to say. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay, very good. You're saying, for example, you're bringing it. Wow, very mature, original. Wow, you're a pretty good example of the Democratic Party. Anytime somebody's trying to say,
Continue.
something
Sorry. Whenever you're ready.
You're gonna be a bitch or you're gonna listen.
Whenever you're ready. No reason to get all triggered. Why are you being a snowflake? Calm down. Whenever you're ready, if you want to, speak, go. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
You're gonna play the same dumb bullshit. But let's go. We'll try
No,
again.
not.
I'll try
Can
to
you
be.
just speak?
I'll try to be a little
Okay.
more mature
Yeah.
than you. I'll
No,
try.
whenever you're ready, go ahead.
So you're bringing an example.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Wow.
Couldn't hear you.
Wow. Hey, did the teacher have?
Sorry, what'd you say? Couldn't
Are
hear
you in the second or third grade?
Chat, should I drop him and move on? Because it's giving roaches for raid. On the count of 3, let's hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus! Poof! And he's gone! Oh wow, the magic is real in America! Oh wow, that was amazing! Oh, what a beautiful spell! I love hocus pocus! Yeehaw! Beautiful spell in America. Hi guess, did you vote for Donald Trump? Where are you walking to? Texas baby doll.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I
We're
love
just
you, Johnny.
chilling with you. Love you right back. Thank you for coming up. Let's get up our next guest. If you did vote for Donald Trump, you're going to want to join the guest request so that I can talk to you, so that I can talk to you. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I didn't.
Okay. W's in the chat. Hello.
Johnny, why is it when somebody has an actual conversation with you, you have to basically kick them
Excuse
off?
me, can you stop being a snowflake? I didn't even ask you a question yet, and you're already crying. It's been 10
I'm
seconds.
just saying, bro.
Why are you crying so hard? Didn't you win the election, and you're the one crying? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so why did you vote for a felon?
Can you hear me?
Can you hurry up and respond?
I'm getting muted by your moderator.
Nobody's muted you.
Why did I vote for Trump?
Oh my god, are you okay? Are you sundowning? Why do you gotta repeat everything I say? Just respond.
Because Trump was the far better choice.
Oh wow. What a detailed answer. That was such an intelligent answer. It was very detailed, very specific.
Listen, bro, it's plain and simple.
Thesis. So
It's
help me
plain-
better understand here. I'm going to give you a problem that your candidate is causing, and you tell me what your candidate's going to do to fix it, okay? Do you know what Donald Trump's immigration stance is? Do you know what he's running on when it comes to immigration?
The largest deportation in American history.
Gotcha. Now help me better understand. In Florida, SB 1718 was a mass deportation bill signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. This bill kicked out 40% of Ron DeSantis' agricultural workforce, who quite literally were undocumented migrants. Democrats put forth the Farm Workforce Modernization Act that would have provided a pathway to citizenship, but lo and behold, just as us Democrats have been claiming for months now, Republicans didn't want just a legal pathway to citizenship. They wanted no pathway into the country whatsoever because Republicans blocked the Farm Workforce Modernization Bill. So in Florida, Ron DeSantis lost 40% of his agricultural workforce, and in 1 month alone, this past month, has lost $13 billion in his state's GDP. So, you're losing in manufacturing and produce production. You lost 40% of your agricultural workforce and $13 billion in Florida alone in the matter of 31 days. Then you look at Donald Trump, who says he wants to do this nationally. But the economists say that this is going to lead to a $300 billion to $450 billion gap in our GDP, and an economic workforce development crisis in the agriculture industry across the country as 40% of farmers are deported. So what's your solution? How are you going to stop that?
What is your solution? Should we just...
No, I don't need to have a solution, right? Because my candidate didn't win. Your candidate did, and he's causing this issue. So how is he going to fix the issue he's causing himself? Don't look to Democrats to save you. You're on your own, bucko. So what's the answer? Go ahead.
Listen, buddy, I'm asking
Go
you.
on.
What was
the
her
answer is
solution?
what? Excuse
was
me.
her
It's
solution?
not. You don't listen very closely to me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I'm listening, my friend.
Okay, you don't get to say what's her solution. She's not here to give you the solution anymore. You voted for Donald Trump. I just gave you the economic crisis that Republicans are causing. It's going to lead to a $300 billion to $450 billion gap in the GDP. It's also going to lead to 40% of farmers being deported. That is an economic and workforce development crisis.
Listen, bro.
And you're saying that Kamala should have a solution for you.
No,
Kamala's
that's not what I'm
redundant now. So what is Donald Trump's solution? He's giving a problem, right? We saw, and this isn't even a hypothetical, it's happening in Florida right now. $13 billion in 1 month alone, and 40% of their agricultural workforce gone. Farmers are going bankrupt in Florida right now. How are you going to fix that?
Well, I just think I want to point out that
I just want you to tell me how you're going to fix that. Why won't you do that? Why are you pivoting?
You're
I don't need you to point something out. I just need you to tell me how are you going to fix that?
He's gonna get the people that are here illegally out of here.
Right, and how does that fix the $300 billion gap in our GDP and a cut in 40% of agricultural farmers?
Well, it's not $300 billion. First off,
it is. It's $300 billion to $450 billion. That is not negotiable. That is coming from the U.S. Federal Reserve. Do you know better than the Federal Reserve?
Show me your source because I don't believe
The
it.
Federal Reserve.
Show me it. Pull it
Again,
up.
the Federal Reserve.
Again,
Do you want to go tippity tap on your computer and go Google? You do you. Go ahead. I'll get the Jeopardy music. Feel free to go look it up on your own right now. You can, big boy.
I'm not gonna.
You got
look
it. Come on, Pookie. Look it up. You don't want to look it up?
Dude, you fearmonger.
Pookie, I have no reason to fearmonger. The
That's
election's
exactly
over.
what you're doing. You did it about
Pookie, you're saying I'm fearmongering. No, you're just lying, right? You're blatantly lying. The election's over. I have no reason to fearmonger. Fearmongering means that I'm trying to scare people so that they vote a certain way. The election's over. There's no reason to scare people to vote a certain way, right? So now I'm telling you exactly what we see happening in Florida. You lost $13 billion in your GDP through SB 1718. Democrats put forth the Farm Workforce Modernization Act to offer a solution, and you blocked it because you wanted to cut off your nose to spite your face. Then you lost 40% in your agricultural workforce, and instead of accepting reality and offering a solution to fix the issue that your Republican Party is causing, you're saying that I'm gaslighting and this isn't true. Simple Google search, Pookie. You could easily look it up. But again, while you're looking it up, can you do me a favor and tell me how your party is going to solve the workforce development crisis that they've started and how they're going to solve the $300 billion to $450 billion gap in our GDP? Can you hurry up?
They're not going to solve it. It's what's going to happen.
Oh, they're not going to solve it. Wow, I'm so shocked.
What's going to happen?
I'm so shocked. They're not going to solve it? Really? I'm so shocked. Are you saying that Republicans are going to cause a problem and not fix it?
Of course.
Gosh.
I mean,
Oh my gosh, I never saw that coming.
I have a
Wow.
question,
Hold on.
I have a
Let
question.
me just take a moment. Hold on. Let me just think for a second at how shocked I am. I'm flabbergasted. Republicans are going to cause an issue and then not fix it? Wow. Oh, goodness gracious. I couldn't have seen that coming from a mile away. Wow. Oh, shucks. Gee whiz. Oh, goodness gracious. Ain't that just how the turn's tabled? Wow.
What the fuck did
What
you
is the way?
say?
I can't believe this is happening. The
Hotties
Republicans
for
are
Harris?
causing an issue and you're saying they're not going to fix it? Goodness gracious. Well, I never
Maybe at
thought
least
that was
change
going
it,
to,
people.
I mean, gosh golly gee, gosh
wore
gar.
the same one for about 6
Good
days straight.
darn, gosh golly gee. Okay, anyway. Somebody drop a 20 so that I could kick him. I'm kind of getting, I mean, this food is getting old,
I got a
right?
question for you.
Excuse me. You couldn't answer a simple question I asked you. You think you get to ask me a question? You don't get that honor. Hocus pocus on the count of three, everybody. This food is kind of old. I mean, it's getting older and saggier than like Melania before surgery. On the count of three. Three, two, one. Hocus pocus, poof, and he's gone. I love how angry he got. It was such like a just a snowflake moment. I love it. Tashika, hello.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't
missed
even see
you.
myself load in. You just screamed my name and I jumped.
I missed you.
I missed you too. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I got home at like fucking 12 a.m. I was not gonna be able to go live. I was too fucking tired. But how you been, Johnny? See, you got your account back. W Agency.
W Agency, let's go. No, yeah, we're vibing. Are you gonna chill with us for a bit?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, slay. Let's get up our next guest. Let's get up our next guest. Oh my gosh. Folks, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. We are at 209,000 likes right now. If you could help us get to 300,000 by tapping on your screen, that'd be a big help. Please share the live as well so that we could continue to boost it on the algorithm. We are getting up our next guest. If you did vote for Donald Trump, you're going to want to join the guest request so that I can talk to you, so that I can talk to you. Let's get up our next guest. Geraldine, hello. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I was just tapping the screen. I'm sorry.
You're good. I appreciate you liking the live. Let's get up our next guest. We might need to do a live stream restart, TBH, because they're going a little slow. It's like all the Russian bots that like Russia hired to go into TikTok live streams and comment nonsense have been deleted because the election's over. It's crazy. They're so quiet now, and it's like, oh, they never existed. They were just bots. Would have never guessed.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to say you're doing amazing work, and Harris should have won. We all know that.
I appreciate it. W's in the chat. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming up. Let's get some W's in the chat. Let's get up our next guest. Hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No way, Johnny, you're a legend. Johnny for president.
Knock it off. Johnny for Congress, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna say anything yet.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
All right, trying to get up our next guest. We might need to do a live stream restart.
Is this the first time you're going live today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You might do a restart.
Hi.
Hi. Did you vote for Donald
What's
Trump?
up? Yes, I sure did.
Okay, ew, then tone down the rhetoric. I don't need you making that high.
Why
voice
turn
at
on the
me.
rhetoric?
I want to better
Why?
understand something.
Yes.
You voted against your own interests.
No, I didn't. Why? Because I'm a Latina?
Yes.
Oh, actually, because you're a woman.
No, I don't believe
But
in
that
babies.
too.
I don't believe in unaliving my babies.
Help me understand, though.
Yeah,
Can
but
you
the
name one
Republican Party
policy?
believes in unaliving.
I don't believe in unaliving my babies.
Take the
But
phone out of your
Republican Party
mouth.
believes in unaliving.
No.
Take the phone out of your mouth. You're like
No.
eating it. Calm down.
I am eating it. I know.
Maybe stop eating
I have
it.
mental problems. No.
I can tell. That's why you voted
You
for Trump,
can.
you silly
Good,
goose.
good.
So help me better
Yeah.
understand
What is
this. Ma'am, can you tell me
Yes.
one policy that regulates my body as a man? Go ahead.
I don't care. I don't
All
believe
right,
in
you
unaliving
can.
babies.
But you can name numerous policies that regulates your body as a woman, and that's what you
Yeah,
voted
because
for.
you
so
shouldn't
you have
unalive
less
babies.
rights. Ma'am, you have less
Babies
rights in
should not be
America than-
unalived because they're
Okay, she's
inconvenient.
sundowning.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know what this thing
You're
is.
a white man telling a Dominican woman that she's sundowning.
Yes,
That's crazy.
Yes.
So
it
did
is.
you want
Yes.
Josh
Did I
Shapiro to
stutter?
run? Because he
Ew.
denied.
First off,
No,
ma'am,
I did not.
first off, did I stutter?
Oh, Josh Shapiro. I bet you he would be.
Ma'am, calm down.
Her audio is really bad.
Right? Like your audio sounds like you're talking into a dumpster. And two, the voice
How
ain't
come?
helping, sweetheart. If you could change the tone, that'd be great. I'm trying to have a conversation here, but you're spending all this time yapping and yelling when we could do something more productive. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know
All
why
right.
it's saying.
So
I'll
help
talk
me
just
better
like you.
understand this. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you a problem. Then you tell
Okay.
me the solution because fun
Okay.
fact, the problem has been caused by your candidate and your party. So now as you're going to also be the party in charge, you have to offer a solution. Understood? Okay. So welcome
Sure.
to class. So
Yeah.
your party in Florida signed
I live in
SB.
Florida.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh. Wow.
Yes.
I
I
don't
moved from New
care.
Jersey.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I speak?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute. I just need you to listen. Is that
Okay,
okay?
babe.
I can put you
Yes,
on
baby.
mute.
I love you so much. You're so
Okay,
cute.
all right.
What is this?
I have no idea. Like,
There's n- she does not make enough. She doesn't make more of us to be talking like this.
no, she's like straight up sundowning right now. And again, it'd be great if you had the medication to stop yourself from sundowning. But again, you voted for Trump, so you're not gonna have access to that. Anyway, so let's recognize in Florida, SB 1718 was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. This deported 40% of his agricultural workforce and also led to a $13 billion gap in his own state's GDP. Then Democrats put forth the Farm Workforce Modernization Act to offer a pathway to citizenship for those undocumented migrants who made up 40% of his workforce. Naturally, Republicans blocked the bill because, fun fact, even though they were saying, we just want a legal pathway to citizenship, not an illegal pathway, it turns out they did indeed want no pathway. None. Period. Legal or illegal, because again, they blocked the Farm Workforce Modernization Act. They cut off their own nose to spite their own face. Haha, who's so shocked? Anyway, so your candidate, Donald Trump, is looking to implement that policy nationally. It's called mass deportation. It includes the weaponization of the military, law enforcement, and border security against its own citizens. It includes prosecuting those who are harboring undocumented migrants, but also, I think most importantly, we need to recognize it consists of a 40% cut in our agricultural workforce and a $300 billion to $450 billion gap in our GDP. So can you help me understand, now that you are taking 40% of agricultural workforce, like whatever they served in that industry, they're out, 40% of farmers are out, and there's a $300 billion gap in our GDP. Can you tell me how you're going to fix that crisis that you just caused for farmers?
Okay, I live in Florida.
I bet you don't. I bet
No,
you
I live
don't.
in Florida.
Yeah.
I live in Florida,
Mhm.
and we have bananas on the shelves. We have
my
apples and oranges and everything else that we need. So I'm all
What?
for it. Yeah, I'm all for it.
What are you, a fucking ape? What are you talking about?
No, we need them all out, all of them.
All of who? Your uncle?
If my uncle committed a crime, he can go too. Actually,
Ma'am.
my uncle
What are
got
you talking
deported
about?
because he committed a crime.
Oh my gosh.
You said they have bananas and fruit? What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Yeah, they do. We do have. We're all
What
good
the fuck
in the
are you
hood
talking about?
in
You didn't even
Florida.
answer Johnny's question.
We're good in the hood in Florida. We're all good.
Ma'am, you didn't answer my question. So there's a $300 billion gap in your GDP and a 40% decline in your agricultural workforce.
He doesn't know what GDP fucking means.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Why am I asking her anything? Ma'am, what color is the sky?
Whatever Trump says it is.
Oh, she really
Now
muted
it's like a
herself.
grayish.
Oh my
I'm in
gosh,
South
she's
Florida,
colorblind.
so it's
Oh my
it's
gosh, she's
really
colorblind.
super duper
The
dark right
sky
now.
is never gray. Holy shit.
It's
That's
like a grayish black.
Oh,
For sure it is.
Are you
Ma'am.
joking? Or are you colorblind?
What?
Ma'am.
What, Johnny? What, Johnny?
You know,
That's-
I
she's
guess,
colorblind.
okay, listen. The question at the forefront of my mind that I really do want an answer to
What, my love?
is at what age did you realize that your parents were related?
So I'm 43.
Mm-hmm. So
Right?
like what, 20
I'm
years
40.
ago?
I'm a 43-year-old woman.
Mhm.
So my mother died
Couple
when I
years.
was 4, and my dad wasn't in my
Oh,
life. So
gotcha.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know
Mhm.
what age.
23andMe told you?
No. What do you mean 23andMe told me?
Oh.
What did they tell me?
Why are we doing this? This person's clearly.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Dominican American.
Let's just move up. On the count of 3, everybody, hocus pocus. 3, 2, 1. Hocus
Hocus
pocus.
pocus.
Poof, and they're gone. Wow, the
Like,
magic is real.
there's genuinely no helping these people.
Yeah, I
They
know.
believe that they are not like. I don't think they understand this.
it's
If her parents at any point entered this country illegally, even if they were able to like get citizenship, she's getting deported too. I don't know why people keep talking like this.
Right, and she's also going to be prosecuted in the sense that if she knew that her parents were undocumented migrants at any point and didn't report it, she's going to be held legally liable for that as well. And this is something where these people who voted for Donald Trump just didn't do the research and refused to recognize, but whatever. I hope you get everything you voted for and more. Hi, Joe. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I ain't vote for Donald Trump. I just want to say something, man.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
we appreciate you, but we're just looking for the
Yeah.
business right now. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. This is another thing I've been seeing around a lot of Latinos recently. I've seen people like try to like get other people deported. I just want to remind you guys, illegal immigrants can't vote, which means they have nothing to do with the election. If at any point you call yourself a liberal and you're calling ICE on people, you're a piece of shit. Holly, how old are you?
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering. Is like
Fetus deletus. Poof. Don't forget, everybody, that spell is not allowed in Alabama. Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I just
Okay. Tashika, I'm going to do a live stream restart.
Okay.
Folks, if
Do
you
you
haven't
want me to come
already,
back?
hit that follow button. What was that, Tashika?
Do you want me to come back?
Oh, yeah, please do. Folks, if you haven't already, hit that button in the top left corner. Follow me, follow Tashika. We will be back in like a minute, but that way you get the notification that we're back on. We got to do a live stream restart real quick, okay? All right. One more time, folks, hit that follow button in the top left corner and you'll get notified that we are live. We will be back in just about 30 seconds. Pot. The pot consists of, lo and behold, $1.5 trillion. And shocker, how much are the Republicans looking to cut from Social Security's pot? $1.5 trillion. So can you tell me, why are you advocating for cutting Social Security? Because this isn't hypothetical. This is going to leave elderly and disabled Americans without their lifeline.
Yeah, so that same analysis, they came up with that same analysis when they passed the TC&J. So that's from 17. And if you look at tax receipts after they passed that, tax
that didn't answer my question.
No, because this is fundamental. Like they said the same thing when they were going to pass the tax.
That didn't answer my question.
Hold on, dude. You're not even letting me answer. So if you actually want to hear the answer,
well, yeah, you're pivoting.
So no, because this is directly points to the thing. They said the exact same thing in 2017 when you passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. But if you take a look at tax receipts actually stayed relatively the same. So my question is back to you. Why are they right this time when they were wrong
Nope.
last?
So actually, period. First and foremost, let's recognize this was not introduced in 2017 with the Tax and Jobs Act, right? This is separate. This is a policy, excuse me. This was a policy introduced in March of this year and is now being reintroduced by the same Republican caucus. You're saying that this cut to Social Security tax, individualized income taxes, and also corporate income taxes was introduced back in 2017. It's not. This is new. Right? And again, I'm making very clear that these three taxes, excuse you, Donald Trump, for example, was not running on replacing the income tax with tariffs back in 2017. He's running on that now. He ran on that, right? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. You're lying, though, right? So you just turned around and said that Donald Trump was running on that at that time, that these are the same taxes. He was,
no.
Excuse me, you're not paying attention. Again, the income tax, for example, he wasn't running on cutting that. Yeah. Now he did. This is a new thing he ran on. Understood? You understand that?
I'm fine
okay, so then as long as you understand now, you admit you lied right there, right? You admit you lied?
Hold on.
My point is, you admit you just lied, right? You said that this is something he ran on and that this is something that isn't new, but rather something taken from 2017. No. You're not listening. You're not listening. You just said in 2017.
You're being so disingenuous right now.
No, you're blatantly lying and I'm calling you out. You're getting called out for lying.
I'm saying the same commission.
Nope, shut up. You're getting called out for lying.
You cited.
Excuse me. You're getting called out for lying. Again, you just turned around. Don't aggressively unmute yourself. Knock it off. I'm speaking. You need to stop. You're being a snowflake. Okay, good boy. Nope, calm down.
Talking over.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next guest if you don't stop. I called you out for lying. You just lied. You told everybody that the income tax cut, Social Security and corporate income tax cuts were introduced in 2017. I told you that's not true, and then you admitted you lied. So I'm going to ask you going forward not to lie again. That's completely unacceptable. Now let's recognize the income, corporate, and Social Security tax cuts are going to lead to Social Security losing $4.9 trillion in its annual revenue, which is a lifeline cut to Social Security. They won't have an income anymore. Then let's furthermore recognize that there's $1.5 trillion left in the Social Security pot, and lo and behold, Republicans in their budget are cutting exactly $1.5 trillion out of the pot. Social Security's gone, right? Disability, gone. So again, I'm asking you, why would you advocate for stripping away the Social Security and lifeline of elderly Americans and disabled Americans? You're leaving them with nothing.
The premise of your question is assuming that we're using a zero budget fiscal policy approach.
Goodness gracious.
Hold on, dude.
No,
that's the.
We're moving on. You're just not going to answer the question. You're not going to answer my question? Excuse me. Are you going to answer my question or not? I'm done with your lies. I'm done with you lying.
The premise is
the premise of my question was you're cutting Social Security in its entirety, leaving nothing for those who depend on it. This is backed by the U.S. Federal Reserve, federal revenue, and comes from the House Republican Caucus's budget proposal for the new year. If you don't want to respond, just say so.
Did they say they were going to cut the benefits of Social Security and Medicare?
Correct. Yes. And also, I'm not done. Ready? Correct. May I speak? Okay. This also not only cuts Social Security in its entirety, raises the retirement age to 69 and cuts disability benefits. It raises Medicare costs for seniors by taking away Medicare's authority to negotiate prescription drug costs. It repeals the $35 insulin cap and repeals the $2,000 out-of-pocket cap as put forth in the Inflation Reduction Act. It transitions Medicare to a premium support system that would raise premiums for countless seniors. It cuts Medicaid, the Affordable Care Act, and CHIP, which is the Children's Health Insurance Program, not to be conflated with the CHIPS and Science Act, by $4.5 trillion over 10 years, taking coverage away from millions of people. It also erodes care for seniors, children, people with disabilities. Pretty much takes us back to the days to where people were denied healthcare for having pre-existing conditions. So again, you're trying to suggest that this isn't as it's outlined in the House Republican budget, and I'm making very clear it is. Can you tell me again, why are you advocating to strip away Social Security from disabled Americans?
Well, I think it's important to know the context of Social Security. Social Security and Medicare are our biggest drivers of debt, and we've never, ever been able to balance.
Now you're advocating for cutting it because you're saying it's a debt causer. Okay.
I didn't, hold on.
You just said that Social Security causes debt, so you're now advocating for cutting it in its entirety.
Is that a lie? Is that a lie that Social Security and that's a lie?
Yes.
Social
That's a
Security
blatant lie. Yes. You're saying that those who paid into Social Security that your Republican past administrations have stolen from.
That's not what I said.
Excuse me. May I speak? May I speak?
No, dude.
Oh,
because
I
you
do
keep
get to
cutting me
speak.
off.
It's so easy. Ready? Look at this. So again, you just suggested that we should cut Social Security in its entirety because you're saying it's a debt causer. You just did. Why are you gaslighting?
I asked you to acknowledge the fact that Medicare.
You said, "Do I believe Social Security causes debt?" I told you no. Did I stutter? What? Now you're going to drop out and try to go Google it? Come back in. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on, Pookie. No. There you go. Good boy. So tell me again, why are you suggesting that it causes debt and that that's why you should be cutting it in its entirety? Let me understand that. And then what is your plan for disabled Americans and elderly Americans who rely on Social Security as a lifeline?
Okay, first off, do you acknowledge...
Just answer the question. Don't ask me if I acknowledge some shit. Just answer the question, man.
So you don't want to answer...
Just answer the question. My God, stop pivoting. You're pivoting with a question, and then when I answer your question, you're going to go off into a tangent. I just need a response to the question I asked you. Come on, Pookie, answer.
Dude, okay, ask your question again.
You didn't listen? I asked 3 times.
Go ahead, ask it again.
No, answer what I said. I asked you 3 times. Are you really telling me you weren't listening? That's the problem with you, right? You didn't listen when I asked you 3 times. And now you're telling me that, oh, I don't know what you said. That's the issue, right? You weren't responding. And then you gaslight by saying, I won't answer you. Are you for real? Unmute. Answer what I asked you. I said 3 times what I need an answer to. Respond to it. Hurry up. Let's go. Come on. You have 30 seconds or else you're getting kicked, which I'm sure would be a blessing to you because you do not want to be on this live. You know absolutely nothing and you're trying to run frantically. Okay, so he's going to sit on mute because he doesn't want to talk. Okay, everybody, on the count of 3, hocus pocus. We got a runner. 3, 2, 1. Hocus pocus. Poof. And he's gone. Oh, wow. Magic is real. Look at that. Crazy. Oh, my gosh. Tashika, your profile photo. Oh, my gosh.
I'm just, damn.
Johnny!
Oh.
Tanisha! Hey.
Who?
Tanisha. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not. I talked to you the other day. I'm the Republican that voted for Kamala. So
W's in the chat.
Anyway, I voted for y'all, and I will continue to.
Hey, thank you for coming up. I appreciate it, and thank you for voting for what's right for the country. I appreciate you doing so. Massive W's in the chat, please. Hello, guest. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I'm the daughter of an immigrant. Can I ask you a question? Because I'm genuinely worried about this.
Okay.
Okay, so I did not vote for Trump.
Might be fucked is the answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because my
No,
mom.
I'm joking.
But my dad is a citizen, so I'm like, how does that weigh out?
Oh, then you're
like
not.
Your dad's a citizen. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
if your parents are citizens, you should.
Well, because I'm 50-50, right? My dad is, but my mom's not. So I'm like.
Oh, your mom's not a citizen.
Well, she is now, but
Okay,
with the whole
She's fine.
naturalization thing.
Then you're fine.
No, you're fine.
You're
Okay.
a citizen.
Like they're both citizens now. You're good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Just had
no,
to
you're good.
check.
Have a good one, okay?
You too, thanks.
Hello, did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello?
Yellow.
Okay.
I need to get this new fucking. I need to get some new hair.
Dude, where do you go for that?
I order it offline.
Oh yeah.
But it's so expensive. It's like $600.
Oh my gosh. You just got to. I got this at Party City. You just...
it's really good hair and it lasts a super long time.
Oh, this does not last a super long time. And this is exact same place that Trump got
Also,
it.
if you want to fund my 30-inch bust down, cash app, man.
Hi, guess. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay. So.
How long do they last? They last like a couple months. Not a couple months. They can last like a year. If you take good care of them, they can last for a long ass time.
Hi, Travis. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Oh fuck no, my bad, nephew. Keep doing what y'all doing.
You're good. Thank you. Let's get up our next guest. Folks, if you want to support either of us, our Venmo, PayPal, Cash Apps are in our bio. Appreciate the love and support. If you haven't already as well, please make sure to hit that follow button in the top left corner. Join our family. Hi, Brandon. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
32.
Okay, you got a lot of background noise. You want to turn down the TV or stop your sister wives from fighting? Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Brandon, quiet the background noise. You have all of 10 seconds to quiet the background noise before I move on.
I'll run to the store to get some quick drip, bro.
Okay. Bye, Brandon.
Me, bro. I left the house for 15.
My goodness gracious. My gosh. Hi, guys. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did not vote for Donald Trump. I did vote for Kamala Harris, and I wanted to say how much I love you and I enjoy watching your live. Okay.
Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you taking the time, and thank you for voting for Kamala. Kamala.
Also, I cannot wait to get back. I gotta drop down, Johnny. I gotta reset up all my equipment. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be debating abortion. So yeah.
If you're around later and you want to do a battle for your new hair, let me know. I'll be here.
Probably. I'll see you later. I'll text you.
All right. See you later. Bye. Ready? Let's get up our next guest. Let's get up our next guest. Oh, and he ran away. What a shock. I'm so shocked. Nope. Again, folks, if you did vote for Donald Trump, join the guest request. Let's have a conversation about that. Brandon, welcome back. I assume you turned down the background noise. Desta, thank you so much for the $4 on Venmo. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. So, guest, you voted for Donald Trump? Yes, I did. Okay, when were you born?
93.
Okay. That doesn't make you the age you said you were. Let's move on. Hello. And they ran away. What a shock. If you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request right now. I see that there are Trumpers in the comment sections crying. Join the guest request and let's have a conversation about that. Don't be shy. Guess you got a lot of background noise. You got to find the quiet place. Okay. My gosh. All right, folks, we might need to do a live stream restart. Let's give it 10 more seconds. If you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request right now and let's have a conversation about that. There is no reason to be scared, right?
Hi.
Hi?
Yeah. I have a question. How long did it take you to vote?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so my question to you is why do you hate America?
I actually don't hate America.
Well, I mean, you
And I
clearly do.
actually
You voted
want
for
to
Donald
come
Trump.
here to celebrate my victory
Celebrate
over
what?
here.
That you hate America? That's a weird thing to
No,
do. It's
but I
giving civil
actually
war.
did
But
that
anyway,
at an election.
listen.
You spent-
I don't believe in the
spent
Confederacy.
time.
If you do, you boo. But I'm just trying to better understand here. Can you tell me why you
Alright.
voted for a criminal, felon, sexual abuser, civil fraudster,
Yeah.
rapist? Whenever you're ready.
I voted for an ex-president, a businessman. And I
Failed
just-
businessman, 6 bankruptcies. How is Trump Airline, by the way? Oh, that's right. It crashed, literally.
Yeah,
Truth
yeah.
Social stock crashing. Trump
I'm just
water?
happy, you know.
Oh, Trump vodka.
I'm just happy.
Oh, Trump steak. Trump casino? Trump University?
really happy
Oh, that's right. All
that
those
I
are gone.
actually won my vote actually
Listen,
counted.
Snowflake. I just need you to tell me why you voted for the criminal.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm happy that my vote
Did you really
counted.
come up here just to cry? Is that really what you did? You didn't come up
Well,
here for a
what's funny is I
conversation?
just spent the
I'm like,
entire
do you
election
understand? Listen to me.
every
Listen to me.
day going
Grasp
back, making
for
fun of
straws
people,
attempting to have a conversation with you, and you won't
making fun of
respond to a
people.
simple thing.
making fun of people.
Shh. Shh. I'm literally up here begging you to have a conversation with me. Instead, you're just crying. So, did you want to have a conversation, or were you just yapping about some nonsense? Because if you're coming up here to be a snowflake, fine and dandy, but I'm just going to move on to our next guest. Can you unmute Pookie? Why'd you vote for the criminal?
Happy that I won, you know.
You didn't win. I'm literally looking at your profile right now. I can assure you, in Trump's America, you didn't win. But you did come up here to tell me, a white man in Donald Trump's America, that I'm the loser. Sir, I was voting to protect the fundamental freedoms of Americans across the board, which is why I was voting for Kamala Harris, to defend LGBTQ plus Americans, women, to defend black Americans, to fight for our fundamental freedoms, because I didn't want a tax cut. I wanted us to be equal. And yet you and ignorant people like you, guest, decided to vote against your own interests. And then you're spewing nonsense by coming up here to tell me that I'm the loser. Between you and I in Trump's America, I can assure you that I am the winner. And again, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to be the winner. I wanted us to be equal, but that is not the reality in Trump's America. I will always be the top of the food chain in Donald Trump's mind. You will not be. And that is the reality. And I think that it's important to make that distinction very clear. That is not a reality I wanted, but that is what you forced me to have when you voted for Donald Trump. Again, I voted for
And now
Kamala.
settle in.
So listen very closely. I want you to tell me. This is delirious. Do you all hear what he's doing right now? Because this is some blatant ignorance. Right? He's up here saying, Johnny, you're such a loser, ha ha ha, when
Yeah.
literally...
We spent the entire election campaign making fun of
Excuse me.
for thinking differently.
We're going to move on to the next guest. That's some nonsense. Hi, guys. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I voted for Donald Trump.
That's disgusting.
Why?
Anyway, so why'd you vote for a criminal felon?
He's not a criminal felon.
He literally is. 34
He literally
felony
is.
convictions.
Well, that could be your opinion.
It's not an opinion.
Has the judge sentenced him yet?
He's awaiting sentencing. He's out on bail.
It could be dismissed next Tuesday.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a juror. I evaluate the evidence, and he's innocent. So let's move on.
You're not a juror.
Yeah, I am.
I can assure you, you would have been dismissed from any case that you thought you were going to join. Also, you have an
Right.
echo. Swipe out to your homepage and come back in.
Is that better?
No.
I don't have.
Because I
don't
still
hear
hear
an
your
echo.
voice. Anyway, why'd you vote for the criminal felon rapist?
Because he's not any of those things that you claim.
He literally is. He was found liable of sexual abuse, found liable of civil fraud. He owes $488 million to the state of New York, and he was found guilty on 34 felony counts. This isn't debatable. He is a felon. Why'd you vote for a criminal? Can you just respond?
I find her not credible for the rapist that you accuse him of. She's not
What?
credible.
You just
He did
said
not
I
fraud
find
New York.
you just said I find her not credible for the rapist he accused her of. That wasn't
Right.
even a coherent sentence.
She's not credible.
Okay,
She's
what you
not
just said
credible.
was not a coherent sentence. Try English.
She's
Do me a
not
favor,
credible,
scroll out to your
Johnny.
homepage and come back in. You have an echo.
No, I don't hear an echo.
Okay, I do. So again, this is your last warning. Scroll out to your homepage and then come back in. Right? You don't leave the live. You just scroll. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. So anyway, can you tell me one policy that Donald Trump wants to pass that will benefit the middle class? Because I can name you a dozen that will hurt the middle class, elderly, and disabled Americans.
Yeah, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on
how
overtime.
does that help? How does that help an elderly American? No tax on tips. They're not making
tax
tips.
on Social
No
Security,
excuse
and no
me,
tax on
right? You're not
overtime.
understanding. No tax on tips isn't going to help an elderly American who's not making tips. No tax on overtime is not going to help them either. And then you understand that no tax on Social Security doesn't mean that their Social Security isn't getting taxed. No tax on Social Security is him cutting the Social Security tax. Do you understand? So when you get taxed in your...
You're clueless, Johnny.
No. When you get...
You said middle class.
Listen closely. Listen closely. When you get taxed in your pay stub for Social Security, that's what he's cutting. It's not no tax on Social Security. It's no Social Security tax. Yes, let me read to you the policy.
Tax-free income, Johnny.
No, let me read to you the policy,
you said
okay?
class,
Be a good boy. Be a good
Johnny,
boy. I'm trying to explain to you. Let me explain to you the policy. May I do that? Okay, good boy, DJ. Calm down.
You can't explain anything because you're brainwashed.
DJ, bad boy. I'm trying to explain the policy here. Okay, Pookie, listen.
Okay,
I'm going to go word for word.
You.
Okay, Pookie, you don't have to trust me. It's coming from your party, right? Your party put forward the budget proposal. That's what I'm reading from. Right from the proposal.
Okay,
Got it?
read it.
Okay? All right. So they are cutting $1.5 trillion in the Social Security pot, and lo and behold, that's exactly what's left in the Social Security pot. They are cutting the Social Security tax, corporate income tax, individual income tax, and that is $2.6 trillion in individual income taxes, $400 billion in corporate income taxes, $1.2 trillion in Social Security income taxes. This has been endorsed and backed by the U.S. Federal Reserve, so those stats are not debatable. As for the House Republican budget, it was endorsed by 80% of House Republicans, meaning it will be the budget that they adopt in the new year. That is going to cut Social Security in its entirety, raise the retirement age to 69, cut disability benefits, repeal the cap on insulin at $35, also repeal the $2,000 out-of-pocket cap in the Inflation Reduction Act. Additionally, it's going to cut Medicaid, the ACA, and CHIP, not to be conflated with the CHIPS and Science Act, but rather the Children's Health Insurance Program by $4.5 trillion over 10 years. So you are cutting the health insurance of sick children. You are cutting Social Security in its entirety from the elderly Americans who are collecting. And you're saying it's fiction, but it's not. This is the policy your party just put forward. You understand?
Right. You can read anything you want, but that has nothing to do with Trump.
It literally does.
You mislead your viewers. You got 1,000 people.
Fact check me. Fact check me. Go ahead.
I just told you.
Go on. Fact check me. Fact check me. Get a source. Get a source. A source.
Can I fact check something
Get a source.
False?
Fact check me and get a source that says what I just said is false. Because I have sources right here, including Fox News, the White House, NPR, Reuters, all endorsing what I just said as accurate. So again, this is coming from the House Republican budget. If you disagree, go look up their budget. Go ahead right now. Go look. Look up their budget.
And you think E.G. Carroll's credible witness?
Fact check me. Go.
And you think he frauded everybody in New York?
Can you fact check me? Why won't you fact check me? If I'm wrong, why aren't you fact checking me? If I'm wrong,
I don't need to fact check you because everything you said is false.
Fact check me. Go.
I already told you what he's going to do.
Go get the source that says I'm wrong.
He's going to secure the borders. He's going to lower the corporate tax rate to 15%. He's going to make this nation great again. And guess what? Even though you've been crying this past week because you're grown lost, you benefit from everything he's going to do for you. So, Johnny, I just wanted to come up here and let all your followers know that if you need to seek the truth, follow DJ Woody. Leave this boy Johnny to the side. He misled you all these months. You be a good boy.
Get the source. You won't be speaking a word until you get the source. This is triggering him so hard. I love it. He's so triggered. Oh, he ran away! He ran away! I knew it! Yeah! We got a runner! Yeah! Let's get some cow emojis in the chat. He got so triggered. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's so funny watching them squirm. It's so funny. They're like a bunch of little snowflakes. Folks, if you like what you're hearing today, feel free to support me. My Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in my bio. Let's get up our next guest. Oh, honestly, we might need to do a live stream restart. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's do a live stream restart. The algorithm ain't pushing it today. Let me just tell you. The algorithm ain't pushing. Folks, if you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We do these conversations every single day. We are going to come back in probably 5-10 minutes. So again, in the top left corner, hit that follow button, join our family. We do these conversations every day. We are going to come back with more conversations in just a moment. Got to do a restart. All right. Be right back. Love you guys. Hi, Jan. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? Okay, guys, again, if you voted for Donald Trump, join the guest request and let's have a conversation about that. If you voted for Kamala Harris, please do hit the like button, hit the share button, help us get to 20,000 likes. Let's jump into our first guest. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
You vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. You remember me?
No, I don't really remember trash. I just kind of throw it away and don't think about it when I'm done with it. Anyway.
You know, your puppet lost.
Okay. Anyway, help me understand this. So looking at Donald Trump's border policy, you're going to see a $300 billion gap in the GDP. Can you tell me how you're going to make that up after you reduce our agricultural workforce by 40%?
Listen, the border thing is going to work beautiful. Get rid of all the fucking trash.
It didn't, like yourself, listen, it didn't work out well in Florida. You look at Florida, and for example, they signed SB 1718, which was just a mass deportation bill.
The United States.
You're not listening.
Married.
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so again, in Florida, SB 1718 was signed, and this policy was mass deportation. It led to a 40% drop in the agricultural workforce within Florida because, lo and behold, 40% of farmers in Florida are undocumented migrants. Democrats said, okay, you have an agricultural crisis. Let us give you the Farm Workforce Modernization Act that provided a pathway to citizenship for those undocumented migrants.
Are you reading this?
No, I just have a brain, so I use it.
You're reading.
Okay. So again, listen very closely. Listen. Hey, SB 1718. Can I speak? Can I? I can't ask you a question, can I? Is that how this is going to go? Is that how this is going to go? Is that how this is going to go? Okay. I'm not reading to you. My eyes are closed. Okay. Understood? Okay. All right. So
now repeat everything you just said.
Right. Okay. So
close your eyes.
SB 1718 was signed by Governor Ron DeSantis, and don't run away mid-talking because I'm still going to continue asking and I'll just get up a different trumper to ask you. Understand? Okay. SB 1718 was a Senate bill signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. This bill was just mass deportation, and the bill was tossed out, right, by the Democrats with the Farm Workforce Modernization Act, but Ron DeSantis decided to block that act. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, now that bill would have provided a pathway to citizenship for the 40% of farm workers that Ron DeSantis deported. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ron DeSantis losing 40% of his workforce in the agricultural industry led to a $13 billion gap in his state's GDP. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the issue here is if you have 40% less farmers and a gap in your GDP by $13 billion, and this is mass deportation on the state level, then when we implement this on a national level, you'll have a $300 to $450 billion gap in his GDP for Donald Trump. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, furthermore, 40% of our workforce across the country in agriculture are also undocumented migrants. If you deport them and have that gap in your GDP, you are effectively crumbling the agricultural industry. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So now what is the solution?
The solution is if he's going to do the mass deportation, it's just mostly the bad ones he's going to get rid of.
No, it's all of them.
No, it's not all of them.
No, it's all of them. He made that clear.
It's
the same thing it did. Nope, it's not just criminals. It's all of them. The same thing that they did in Florida, right? The farmers that they deported were not criminals. Ron DeSantis still deported them.
I'm talking now.
Right. This is now. He just did this.
Okay. He just deported all those people you're saying already.
Yes. That's why he now has, just as of last month, a $13 billion gap in his GDP, and he has lost 40% of his farmers. Because turns out the farmers were undocumented migrants.
That means they didn't come into the United States correctly if they were deported.
But it's not a matter of you wanting them incorrectly or not, because you're not listening. it's not a matter of them coming in legally or not. Your party doesn't want them in whatsoever because the Democrats said, okay, we'll give you the Farm Workforce Modernization Act that would have provided a legal pathway to citizenship for the undocumented migrants so you didn't have a deduction of 40% of your workforce as we see in Florida. Republicans blocked it. So it's not about a legal pathway. You guys want zero pathway. Otherwise, you would have passed the Farm Workforce Modernization Act. You didn't.
Okay with for them to come in here illegally. You're okay.
You don't want them in legally or illegally.
No, if you're going to come in. Listen, I'm half.
Don't say. Hold on. You're saying come in legally, but then if we're going by that logic, why did your party block the Farm Workforce Modernization Act?
Come on now.
Why'd you block it? That's the legal pathway. You're not paying attention. You're ignoring the issue. Again, you're saying, well, you just want them in legally. Okay, then why did they block the Farm Workforce Modernization Act? That would have provided the legal pathway to citizenship for the undocumented migrants who came in illegally.
Everything they do has a reason.
Yeah, they're racist.
They're not racist.
Clearly they are. They blocked the bill to cut off their own nose and spite their face.
If they're in here making money, all right, they're paying taxes.
Are you sundowning? Thank you for the turkey, Sage. Are you sundowning?
They are paying taxes.
Are you sundowning?
What do you mean by sundowning?
I was just curious. Anyway, so help me better understand this again. You don't want a legal pathway to citizenship.
To get rid of all the bad ones, okay?
Okay, but you're saying all of them are bad.
All the money.
But you're saying all of them are bad.
I didn't say they were all bad.
No, but you are, right? Because you voted for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's policy is to deport all migrants. Again, in Florida, they already implemented this policy, and they've lost 40% of their agricultural workforce. Are you saying that 40% of farmers are criminals?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, and this led to a third. Okay, but Ron DeSantis kicked him out, right? So they're not criminals, but Ron DeSantis kicked him out. So look at that. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, wow. And yet you're looking to implement this nationally, which is going to lead to a $300 to $450 billion gap in our GDP. Where are you going to make up? It's not a debate. That is what will happen. That's not debatable.
Get rid of all the trash.
So help me. Okay, you're saying they're going to what? Get rid of you?
All the money Biden spent on giving them money.
Wait, by trash, did you mean Trump supporters?
No, I'm talking about
yourself.
The trash that came here. That wasn't supposed to come in.
I'm sorry, didn't you say that you were an immigrant?
My grandparents were.
Your grandparents were immigrants, and you're saying that immigrants are trash.
I didn't say they were trash.
You just said that we're going to take out the trash. That's what you just said.
I'm talking about the bad ones that killed people, came here from
But you're taking out all of them. You're taking out all of them.
Listen.
The 40% of farmers that have been deported in Florida, are you saying that 40% of farmers were criminals? No. And yet they were deported nonetheless. You see the issue?
Now, you see the issue? You're not going back to the original deportation. Why it's happening?
No, you're confused.
I'm not
First off, you understand that there are less border crossings today than there were under Donald Trump. And I also got stats about that. You want to hear some?
Not necessarily.
I'm sure you wouldn't like to hear them.
Get rid of all the trash. And
you literally go, you want to hear a stat as to how border crossings are lower today than they were under Trump? And you go, no. Yeah, of course not. Okay, ready? Border Patrol recorded 58,000 encounters with migrants in August of this year, right? Okay, according to Pew Research Center. That is a 77% decline from encounters in December. 58,000 in August. Understood? You got that? 58,000 in August? Okay. This is lower than that of what you saw in the summer months under Donald Trump. For example, in May of 2019, Donald Trump saw 132,000 encounters. 132,000 in a summer month under Trump. Today, 58,000. I'm reading this right from Border Patrol. I'm literally reading this right from the fucking government site.
How many Trump supporters on this live?
Oh my God.
Listen. The main thing is to get rid of the bad ones. I don't agree with getting rid of the good ones, just the bad ones.
You're saying you don't agree with getting rid of the good ones, and yet you voted for the party that's getting rid of all of them.
Listen.
You understand that? Stop saying listen and then ignoring. You're saying listen and then ignoring. You're saying listen and then ignoring.
Get rid of the
issue is the issue is your party is kicking out all of them.
You do not agree. Do you agree?
You voted for the party that's kicking out all of them. You're not giving a solution. You lost 40% of farmers. What are you going to do about that?
Why don't you answer the question?
You lost 40% of farmers. What are you going to do about that? Why will you not answer?
The bad ones?
Why will you not answer the question?
I want to know if you agree with getting rid of the bad ones.
Like your grandparents?
Absolutely not. My grandparents retired from the service of the Air Force and the Army. Sergeant Major.
Of what? World War II on the side of Germany? Listen, I'm just trying to better understand something here again, and I need you to answer the question. Just respond. You lose 40% of farmers through mass deportation. Not a hypothetical. This is what's happening right now in Florida. So for farmers, what is the solution as you lose 40% of their workforce? What is your plan to help them after you hurt them?
The main reason you're on here is because you make money. That's all you're here for.
I'm not making money. Although I should make money for this. Nobody should have to talk to you for free. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the bio. I want like some support for this. I mean, literally, look at this guy.
I'm on Cash
This
App,
is
so let them
insane.
send me some money.
Listen, okay, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in my bio. The fact that this guy's deflecting so hard instead of just answering the question is beyond insane. Now he's saying I'm getting paid for this. Y'all, I should get paid for this. This is insane. I'm just trying to get an answer out of him, and he's sundowning so hard he refuses to speak. Guest, unmute and tell me. I'm going to repeat the question word for word, and at any point you tell me what you don't understand. Okay, nobody's supporting you. So help me understand. Again, you have 40% of farmers in decline. Understood? You got that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Now, what is your solution to ensure that there isn't an agricultural crisis? I already answered you. Oh my gosh. Who in their right mind wants criminals in the country? Are you out of your mind? Why are you advocating to let criminals in here?
And how many are in here? Too many.
Including your grandparents? Well, that's 2 right there. So again, I got a question and I just need an answer, and you're trying to pivot. I just need an answer. Stop pivoting. Again, oh my gosh.
Did more than your whole family would do.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm sure they've committed numerous crimes. I don't need to know about them. Again, I just need you to tell me 40% of farmers will be deported under Donald Trump's mass deportation plan, and we see that happening in Florida right now. What's your plan to support farmers after you deport the workforce? Because that is a workforce development crisis that you were looking to cause. But there's no way for them to come back legally. You blocked the Farm Workforce Modernization Act. Okay, but now you have a workforce crisis, right? You cut off your own nose to spite your face.
Okay, so you're saying let them all stay here because we need them to work. That's good logic by you.
You're saying kick them out and then have a crisis with your economy.
Because we have nobody to work.
They're not hurting you, though. Right. Do you want to go work on the farm?
I have no problem doing that.
Go do it. Oh, give me your email. I'll sign you up right now.
I'll get plenty of people.
What's your email? What's your email?
You're not getting my email.
Give me the email. I'll sign you up right now. You just said that you would go work on the farm. I'm gonna sign you up.
Go on my profile and you can get us.
It's not on your profile. Just tell me your email and I'll sign you up. Come on. Why are you so scared? Tell me your email.
I'm not scared. I'm not.
Oh, you don't want to work on the farm? Look at that. Shocker. You don't want to work on the farm. Okay. So help me better understand this. Are you collecting Social Security?
Absolutely not.
Were you planning on it?
Why? Because you're going to say Social Security is not going to be there?
I was just curious. Do you plan on collecting it?
Hopefully
How old are you? You look like you're in your 80s about? Is that about right?
80s, huh?
I mean, that's you in your profile photo, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's looking about 80.
That means you're blind.
Are you old? You're not older than 80.
Close your eyes again. Go ahead.
Are you older than 80? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm older.
Older than 80? Okay, so you're collecting Social Security.
Yeah.
So help me understand then. Why are you advocating when you know that Donald Trump is going to cut your Social Security? It's in the House Republican budget as we speak. So you won't be collecting it for long.
I guess you're not going to collect Social Security because you're always on the site here.
Okay, listen, sir, I get you're 80 and all, but you're really aging like sour milk.
Get a life.
I have a life.
Yeah. Well, you're always on here, so you don't have one.
What? I feel like I have a life.
Go get a boyfriend.
I don't want to go out with you, sir. I'm not interested.
I said go get one. You need one.
I'm not interested in you.
Get a life.
I'm not interested in you. We're not dating. If you wanted to ask me out, you could just do that. Is that really why you came up here? Oh, he ran away. We got a runner. No, let's get some cow emojis in the chat. We got to herd the cattle. We got a runner. Yeah. That's insane. Listen, if he really spent that entire time just trying to find a way to ask me out, he should have just asked me out from the start. Didn't have to go in circles the entire time. That's insane. That's insane.
Reading your
Can you hold
headline
on a
here.
second? Oh my gosh. I didn't even speak yet. Calm down. Did you vote for Donald Trump? My gosh.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Ew. That's disgusting.
Well,
hold on.
well,
you don't gotta
I
respond to
guess-
that. No, hold on. That was just a statement. I wasn't asking. I was just telling you you're disgusting. Let's get into this. Help me understand. You recognize that Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis passed SB 1718 in Florida. This led to 40% of farmers being deported. It led to a $13 billion gap in their GDP. Donald Trump wants to implement this policy nationally. You MAGA Republicans gaslighted Democrats into thinking that you just wanted a legal pathway to citizenship. But lo and behold, when the Farm Workforce Modernization Act was put forth to offer that pathway to citizenship for undocumented migrants who served in the agricultural sector, so there wasn't an economic policy crisis, you indeed blocked that bill. So it wasn't about a legal pathway. You just wanted no migrants here whatsoever. Donald Trump's looking to implement this nationally. The Federal Reserve says that this will lead to a $300 billion to $450 billion GDP cut, and this will lead to 40% of farmers across the country being deported. Why are you advocating for that?
I think more or less that I voted for Donald Trump because I think most people
more or
like
less you need to answer what I just said without pivoting.
I'm gonna. If you let me answer.
So,
I will.
yeah, hurry
I think
up.
we're just kind of sick of people like you that are woke.
Cry
I think
more?
we're just sick of woke trash.
Cry more?
No, woke
If
trash.
woke means that I'm worried about an agricultural crisis and
I
GDP
think we're
cut,
just
then
sick of
okay,
people
call
like
me
you.
woke.
You're just sassy
Cry
and
more.
you can't.
If woke means that I'm concerned about a GDP cut and 40% decrease in our agricultural workforce, then yeah, I'm woke. But I feel like being woke is better than your party's
You wanna run
policy
the
of
show or
going
you just-
broke, right? So help me better understand this. Again, can you respond to what I just said without pivoting? And I'm sure you're going to pivot again. Let's ask the chat. Chat, do we think he's going to A, answer what I said, or B, pivot? Again, do you think A, he's going to answer what I just asked him, or B, is he going to pivot? Let's find out. Oh, the top answer is B, pivot. Let's see, John, what is he going to do?
I think you're just mad you lost.
He chose pivot. Yay! Can't answer a simple damn question. Wow. Can you just respond to what I said, man? We don't got to do the whole roundabout, right? You're gonna have a 40% cut. Excuse you. Excuse you. I ain't asked about your feelings. Cry more, Pookie. Aww. Cry more. Cry more. You're so triggered. You lost the election, and you're triggered. You're saying that you won the election because Trump won, but let's make something clear. You are not part of Donald Trump's vision for America. Trump won the election. You lost in life, right? You're coming up here to spew nonsense at me about how I lost the election and how I'm triggered. I'm the top of the fucking food chain in Trump's America, but I didn't want to be. Nope. I wanted us to be on an equal playing field, but instead Donald Trump is going to cut your Social Security, guest, so that I get a tax cut. Now I'm just asking you about the 40% farm workforce development cut of 40%, and I'm asking you, what are you going to do to solve the GDP cut of $300 billion, and you won't answer.
Are you a farmer? Are you
Cry more. And I want to make something clear. You don't come up here and start spewing slurs like the F slur at me. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? You're that triggered? Oh, he ran away. Yeah, we got a runner. Moo. Let's get some cow emojis in the chat, everybody. Yeehaw! Folks, he really came up here just to spew the F slur. Dang. Oh my gosh. Folks, if you like watching me slap down these MAGA Trumpers, feel free to support me. My Venmo and PayPal, Cash App, those are in my bio. Or if you haven't already, continue tapping that like button. Help us get to 100,000 likes. I think it's funny when they come up here and they spew nonsense like saying like that guy, and he was like, "Oh, you lost the election." Sir, okay, first off, what was that? I don't even know what he just said. When they come up and they're like, "You lost the election." Sir, no, sir, you lost in life. Hello, Donovan. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. We had a conversation
That's
too about this.
disgusting.
Yeah, you got.
Oh, you came back for seconds? Okay. This isn't a fucking buffet, dude. If you're that into me, just ask me out. You don't need to keep coming back onto my live stream. Let's get up our next guest. That's insane. He really said, "Oh yeah, we already spoke. This isn't a fucking buffet." Chandler, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Why are you laughing? Actually, I don't care. Anyway, why'd you vote for a criminal rapist?
So I'll be the first.
Can you just hurry up and respond? Why are you taking so long?
I mean, do you have to be a dick?
Can you just respond? Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm trying to respond.
Can you just hurry up and do that?
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're literally taking forever.
Okay? Is that okay?
Still pouting. Can you just respond?
Yeah, I'll be the first person to tell you I don't really know much. I didn't really know.
Oh, wow, what a
about...
shock! You don't know much. Could have told you that. You need to say yourself. We knew. That's why you voted for Trump. Anyway, so tell me again, why'd you vote for the felon rapist?
Like I said, I'll be the first person to tell you I didn't really know much about the two candidates. Like I don't sit on TikTok. Okay,
so your answer is that you voted for Donald Trump because you're stupid.
Policy. I don't sit on TikTok all day and read policy. I don't. You want
calm down. Calm down.
I mean, you're being completely.
I'm really not. So you just said that you voted for Donald Trump because you're stupid. That was your answer.
Yeah, that's my
insane.
Answer. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
and
that's
help me better understand it. I'm looking at your profile photo, and you really got to pick a battle. Are you stupid or ugly? You can't do both, right? Otherwise, life is going to be really hard for you.
Here we go. You just
anyway, let's move on. We don't gotta. That's not a personal attack. It was just an observation. Anyway, let's move on. No reason to get all tied up into your emotions. Help me understand again. Why did you vote for the civil fraudster and felon?
Like I said, I didn't know exactly what was really going on. To be honest, man, like
I can tell.
Okay, like I'm just trying to have a conversation,
and I'm just trying to understand why you voted for the criminal. You haven't really given a coherent answer.
Dick the whole fucking time. Like you're shocked as to why. Like this is.
Oh my gosh.
This is like I don't relate to you. You know, like
I don't relate to most people.
No, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like
oh gosh, I'm so hurt. Wow.
You know, like
my feelings.
I'm trying to.
How's your dad doing? By the way, I miss him.
I'm coming up to.
Anyway, can we move on and can you just respond again why you voted for the fascist? And that's not me calling him a fascist, right? That's his own chief of staff who called him a fascist.
Right.
Maybe this chief of staff, won't think he's a fascist. But
well, I'm trying to I saw you said on your page, you said on top of you right here, it says, why does Donald Trump want
why are you envisioning things on top of you fucking creep? That's weird. Let's get back into this. So you understand that Donald Trump's border crisis, what you're looking at is an economic collapse. So for example, Donald Trump's mass deportation stance. Can I just speak? I don't understand can I just speak? Thank you. Oh my God.
Faggot, dude.
Oh, and there's the slur. Oh, it took 5 seconds. Let's move on. They get so emotional. I was so nice too. I don't even understand. I was so nice. What happened? Brandon, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, but I wanted to say I don't think you're giving our side a good look, brother.
That's a lie. Move on. That was not. First off, to be clear, you have Trump videos on your page. What do you mean our side? You were a Trumper and you just tried gaslighting people into thinking that you're a Democrat. Are you out of your mind? I guess. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Do we understand that he just gaslighted people into thinking he's a Democrat? He literally turned around and was like, you're not giving us a good look. We're not on the same side. You're a Trumper, right? I'm voted for Kamala. And now you're saying that I should treat you with kindness? You're stripping away the rights of women, slapping down transgender Americans, ripping them out of our military, turning around and gaslighting farmers into thinking you're going to help them when quite literally you're cutting their workforce. You're stripping away Social Security from disabled Americans and elderly Americans. I mean, I'm supposed to what? Treat you with kindness? Let's be real. Once you start treating Americans with kindness, you'll get it back. Anyway, guest, can you unmute? So tell me again, you recognize, and you said you voted for Donald Trump. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay, so then why'd you come up? I appreciate that you didn't vote for Donald Trump, but I am just looking to talk to some Trumpers right now about this new policy we have from Donald Trump when it comes to the border, which includes a $300 billion cut in our GDP. And I want them to be held accountable to that. So let's see here. Guess, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yep.
Okay, help me understand then. Donald Trump is initiating a policy on par with what we saw in Florida, SB 1718. Have you heard of it?
Nope.
I'm shocked. Anyway, so SB 1718 cut the farming workforce by 40%. Okay, it led to a $13 billion gap in their GDP, and this was effectively mass deportation. Democrats said, hey, Let's give you the Farm Workforce Modernization Act that would effectively lead to a pathway to citizenship for those undocumented migrants who work in agriculture so that you don't have an economic crisis. Republicans blocked it because, fun fact, even though they run around saying just come here legally, it's not about coming here legally. They just don't want anybody coming here legally or undocumented, right? We recognize this because, again, if it was about having a legal pathway to citizenship, they would have passed the Farm Workforce Modernization Act. They didn't. You understand that?
Sure.
Okay. Now the issue is, excuse you, Donald Trump wants to implement this policy on a national level, which will lead to a 40% cut in agricultural farmers nationally, and it will lead to a $300 billion to $450 billion cut in our GDP. How are you going to make that up? How are you going to ensure that there isn't a workforce development crisis and economic lapse when it comes to the agricultural industry? Go ahead.
So let me get this straight. So there's going to be a 40% cut for what for farmers?
In farmers, 40% cut of farmers.
Of farmers?
Correct.
Well, I farm, and
okay.
When
did your family adopt the farm?
Long time ago. My grandpa, started
Here's the thing with farmers. Farmers are generational. Americans do not want to do the work, and those who are doing the work have been doing the work for decades and decades and decades. So I want to better recognize this. 40% of farmers, Latasha, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. I appreciate the love. 40% of farmers are undocumented migrants because they come here and they're willing to do that work. It's the same way how decades ago, Italian migrants who came here were seamstresses. They were bricklayers. Americans didn't want to do that work. But we didn't deport them. We let them stay and do that work because we didn't want to. Now, your party is saying deport the 40% of farmers who are undocumented migrants. Americans aren't going to take the jobs. They don't want to do that labor-intensive work. So what is your solution to ensure that there isn't a farming crisis when it comes to workforce development, and how you will make up for the $300 billion gap in our GDP you're about to witness?
I have people come from say South Africa, and they hire them, but they all have work visas. So I don't see how this is going to affect the farmers at all, honestly.
I just explained how it would.
Well,
are you
I honestly don't think it will.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm absolutely perfectly fine. And
I
think
would care to disagree. But anyway, tell me again, you'll have a 40% cut in your farming workforce, and you will have a $300 billion to $450 billion gap in your GDP. You're advocating for that because? And how are you going to solve that issue? See, this is the thing with you MAGA Republicans. You got the House and Senate majority, and yet you guys fought so hard to obtain those majorities, yet you didn't actually want it because you don't know how to legislate. You guys never accomplished. You understand that your House Republican majority these past 2 years were ranked as the most ineffective legislature of our history as a country. That's how ineffective your MAGA party is. And even now, I'm giving you an issue you're going to cause, and it's not a hypothetical. Ron DeSantis already caused this exact issue in Florida, and you're still refusing to offer a solution. It's because you don't know how. You MAGA Republicans do not know how. You don't have the cognitive ability to define a solution to the problem you're going to cause. It's crazy. It's not really crazy. It's just how you are.
I have a lot of faith in this administration, and so far,
really, Matt Gaetz is going to be your attorney general. You got faith in that? Okay.
Well, I really think
sure.
I think
Donald Trump, a sexual abuser, really said, "Hey, you know what? Let me nominate somebody who was investigated for god awful crimes against children to be attorney general." Okay.
Well, we had a lot of crooked people in our office before.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
That lied about all kinds of stuff.
I don't think Mike Pence was that bad, but yeah, he was pretty bad. Anyway, can you just tell me what the solution is when it comes to the 40% dip in farmers and when it comes to the $300 billion loss in the GDP?
I really don't think that's what you're saying is going to happen, which
it's already happening in Florida. Yeah, because it's already happening in Florida. It's not a hypothetical. The House Republicans have put forward a budget that accomplishes this very issue, and you're turning around and saying, it's not going to happen. You can't gaslight us anymore, right? You can't do that.
I don't see a problem, and I am a farmer.
Sure
and I work around a lot of farmers.
Well, yeah, you voted against your own interests. Congrats.
A lot of these big
saying that you're a farmer isn't a flex. You're saying you're a farmer who just voted against your own interests. Ma'am, that's not the flex you seem to think it is. You're still voting against your own interests. Yeah, you voted against your interests. Roaches for raid. We get hashtag roaches for raid in the chat. Okay, so help me better understand this. We're going to look at Donald Trump's House Republican budget. Okay, are you ready? Donald Trump is going to cut the corporate tax, income tax, and the Social Security tax, which, mind you, isn't a tax on Social Security. It's the tax that pays for Social Security, along with the corporate and income taxes. By cutting those, you're cutting $4.9 trillion. Ew, thank you for coughing on me. It cuts $4.9 trillion out of the annual budget from Social Security, and then House Republicans are cutting an additional $1.5 trillion from Social Security. So can you tell me, after you cut Social Security, how are you going to support elderly Americans and disabled Americans who rely on Social Security and disability benefits? You're cutting their lifeline.
Where do you get your information from?
Yeah, the stats are from the U.S. Federal Reserve. No, he is. So the stats are from the U.S. Federal Reserve. Okay, so the stats are from the U.S. Federal Reserve and federal revenue with the backing from the Treasury Department. And then the policy is coming from the House Republican caucus, which I can give you a source as well. 80%. Now I coughed on you, twins. 80% of House. Excuse you. Okay, well, I won't be here in 4 years, right? I'm not going to sit here waiting for you for 4 years, just like your husband. Anyway, so 80% of House Republicans, right? They endorse this budget, and you're saying that the budget is what, non-existent? I don't know what to tell you.
I think that they have.
Can you just respond?
Handled so well that.
They haven't handled a single thing well. They literally made Matt Gaetz the attorney general. Literally, you had one job. It was nominate a cabinet, and you messed that up too. Congrats. So tell me again, let's just confirm. You can't tell me anything when it comes to the budget, and you can't tell me a single thing when it comes to Donald Trump's mass deportation policy. So what, you just don't know anything? You know nothing? This is really it.
I know that I agree with mass deportation. Why on earth?
You agree? You're saying that you're a farmer who agrees with mass deportation. Do you understand in Florida, mass deportation was Senate Bill 1718? They passed it already in Florida, and they lost $13 billion in their GDP because farmers went bankrupt and because 40% of farmers were deported. It turns out 40% of farmers were undocumented migrants because guess what? Americans who didn't grow up in generations of farming didn't want to do that work. Understood? Children are not waking up.
That's how it is where I live.
Nope, that's how it is where you live too. Period. It's not debatable.
Look, we do all of our own work. We do a lot of
Yes, but you're a generational farmer. You said that your great grandfather or whatever had the farm. Correct. You were born into it. Nobody else is waking up and saying, wow, I want to do the labor intensive work of farming because we don't want to do it. It doesn't pay well, and it's labor intensive, and it's not a stable position to be in when you have industries like Donald Trump's administration coming in to slap you down. You're just coming up here and saying that you're a farmer who voted against your own interests, and I'm asking, okay, well, what's the solution then to the 40% gap in the farming workforce you're about to witness? I mean, you yourself, do you have employees?
Nope.
Ma'am, you're not a farmer. Just because you garden in the back of your house doesn't mean you're a farmer. You understand that, right?
Where are you from?
Ma'am, you just said you're a farmer without employees.
Yeah, we do all our own farming. We do some custom dealing.
Ma'am, you're not a farmer then. You just garden in your free time.
No.
Ma'am?
No, absolutely not.
Ma'am, you have no employees.
You don't even know what farmers do. Are you a farmer?
Yes. 17 generations of farming, yeah. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, farming capital of Pennsylvania, yeah.
What kind of farming do you do?
Dairy. Yeah.
Okay, how much?
Excuse me, pardon me. You just said yourself that you're a gardener, not a farmer. You understand that?
No.
Ma'am, you said you have no employees. How are you operating an industry farm without any employees?
Well, I'm a small farmer. I'm not a huge farmer.
No, ma'am, you're a gardener.
No.
Now you're getting there, but you're still not there yet. What kind of farming do you do?
Well, I have livestock.
Your voice is shaking. What kind of farming do you do? Don't get nervous. You got caught lying? Oh.
No, I'm not lying about anything.
Okay, well, what kind of farming? What kind of farming do you do? Let me guess. You have a flower shop? You're a bouquet farmer?
You know what? You
Yeah, okay. Let me guess. You're farming for Bitcoin. She's like, I'm a farmer. I farm for Bitcoin. Okay, ma'am. So you've just, what, came up here to lie? You said you were a farmer and you got caught lying. Congrats.
No, I'm a farmer.
Ma'am, you're not a farmer. You got caught. You said you have, ma'am, you said that you have no employees. You're not a farmer. Okay, you don't have employees. So then what, you have a concept of a farm?
There's a lot of farmers that don't have employees.
Ma'am.
You're
Ma'am.
retarded. You're actually retarded.
Oh, and there's the R slur. Wow.
Yeah.
She got caught lying and then got embarrassed and started crying. That's crazy. That's crazy. She got caught lying and then starts crying. That's insane. Concepts of a farm, if you will. Tyrone, thank you. That's too funny. Tyrone, thank you so much for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Let's get up our next guest. Concepts of a farm, if you will. She really said, I have concepts of a farm. The second I knew that she messed up the moment she said, oh yeah, I don't have any employees. That's how you knew she knew. Frankie, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo for the reparations for the MAGA slurs. Yeah, honestly, I've been called every slur in the book today. Thank you for the love. And Nancy, thank you for the $10. Cynthia, thank you for the $20. Anderson, thank you for the $10. And Terry, thank you so much for the $50. That is beyond kind. Y'all are too nice. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Hey, guest.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how long were you waiting to come up to talk? Sorry to have you wait that long.
Like 5 minutes, I think.
5 minutes. That's 5 minutes of your life. You ain't ever getting back. Let's get up our next guest. All right, let's get up our next guest. That was funny. That was funny. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. If you can't make yourself laugh, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Let me tell you, son.
I was literally going to say that they're supporting evil by giving you money, and then you do that laugh.
It was my evil laugh. Duh. Can we get some W666 in the chat? Next. It's crazy because when they come up here and they say, like, I'm, they do this because they know I'm actually very religious. And so they come up and they're like, can you calm down? I wasn't talking to you yet, guess. So if they're going to sit here saying, like, I'm evil, the one guy came up and was like, you're the Antichrist. I'm like, okay, I guess, like, okay. Like, if that's what you want to call, I don't care. Like, it's fine. I know where I stand with my religion. I don't need you to tell me if it's justified. At least I don't run around using my religion to spew hateful rhetoric like you MAGA Republicans do, right? My religion says that we should treat each other as equals, fight for women, fight for our fundamental freedoms. Your religion apparently teaches you that you should hate transgender Americans, LGBTQ plus Americans, and women, right? Right? But then you run around saying that I'm the Antichrist and stuff. Okay, that's weird. But I mean, by my book, you're actually out of line. I believe that we're God's children and God would want us to fight for one another. And you, on the other hand, apparently your God teaches you to fight one another. That's not what my God teaches me. But anyway, I guess, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump just to watch your meltdown. The passive aggressive ones are the best ones,
My meltdown?
Between denial and
denial. Wait, what? You understand, in Donald Trump's America, I'm the top of the food chain, right? I didn't want to be the top of the food chain. Again, I wanted us to be equal, but you just came up here to tell me, a white man, that,
You understand?
Again, excuse me, listen very closely. Again, in Trump's America, I'm the top of the food chain. I didn't want that, though. I wanted us to be equal. I wanted us to, again, advance as a country together in a unified manner. That's why I voted for Kamala Harris. But when you're going to come up here and tell me that I'm the loser and that I'm having a meltdown, let me assure you I'm not.
Have your meltdown. There's pieces of shit, and then there's you. Have your meltdown.
Okay. How's your dad? How's your dad?
Have your passive aggressive meltdown.
How is your dad?
Say it with a little more gay emphasis on your little language there, your little meltdown.
Are you asking me out?
Have your little meltdown.
Are you trying to ask me out? Just do
aggressive. Come on, say it. Passive aggressive meltdown.
Ew, why are you moaning? Okay, let's move on. Don't do that on here. That's disgusting. Why was he moaning and stuff? Ew. I get it. He wanted to ask me out. That's fine. Just ask me out. But you didn't have to sit there moaning. Like, please.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, I wasn't talking to you yet. Can you hold on a second? My gosh. Folks, if you are just tuning into the live stream, help us get to 200,000 likes by liking the live. And if you haven't already, please do share the live as well. And please make sure that you are following me. We got a follow button in the top left corner. Hit that follow button, join our little family. All right, guest. Hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
That's disgusting.
Why?
Anyway, so tell me, why are you advancing a passage for the, quite literally, like you're advancing a proposal in our budget that will cut Social Security. Why did you vote for that? Don't stutter.
Yeah.
You voted to cut Social Security, and it's in the House Republican budget endorsed by 80% of the House Republican caucus. So this is the budget that they will adopt in the new year. It includes a cut to the Social Security tax, to be clear, not a cut on the tax of Social Security, but a cut to Social Security through taxes, also a cut on income and corporate income taxes. So again, let me get this right. You're voting against the interests of elderly Americans and disabled Americans and veterans who collect through Social Security. Why?
Besides what Donald Trump says, it still all has to get voted upon.
Right, and you have the House and Senate. So it's not, to be clear, it's not what he said, right? He said he was going to do this. We're past that point now. The budget is in the House. 80% of House Republicans have adopted the budget. The budget is going to cut the Social Security tax, the income tax, the corporate income tax. It is going to cut $1.5 trillion from the Social Security pot. And lo and behold, guess what's left in the pot? $1.5 trillion. So they're going to take out what's left. And then they're going to raise the retirement age to 69. They're also going to cut disability benefits. They're also cutting the ACA and CHIP, which is the Children's Health Insurance Initiative, by $4.5 trillion over 10 years. So help me understand.
So my disability
you're saying that,
is what you're saying.
Oh, were you on disability?
Yes.
Wow. It really was roaches for raid, wasn't it? So let me get this right. You are on disability. And you voted for Trump? In what world was that a good idea? You understand I'm getting a tax cut so that you can't collect your disability?
I'm still going to collect it.
You won't. So let me explain again. How old are you?
Besides you explaining.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
I'm 37.
Okay, you're 37. You're on disability. In Donald Trump's plan and in the House Republican budget put forth, you won the election. I lost the election, but you just lost at life and I just won at life, right? Because by this logic, I'm going to get a tax cut so that you can't collect your disability anymore. But you voted against your own interests. I voted so that you could continue collecting disability. It's not a we'll see. 80% of House Republicans have already endorsed this budget proposal. This is the budget that they're going with. You understand that?
But that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
It does, because you have the House majority. You won that
Just
today.
like
Congrats,
like
by the way.
abortion.
You won the House majority. Congratulations. You won the House majority, and now I'm going to get the tax cut so that you can't collect your disability. Wow, congrats. You won. Yay.
So what?
Congrats. Can we get some congrats in the chat? Yay. Guest, you won. You voted for Trump and now he's going to cut my taxes so you can't collect your disability. Congratulations. That's a big win. Do you feel like a winner? Do you feel like a winner?
I do.
You do? Wow. Congrats. I mean, you must be so happy for yourself. Wow. So anyway, I wonder what I'm going to get with that disability money that they're taking away from you to put into my tax cut. I wonder what I'll get. I know I'm going to donate every cent of it to Planned Parenthood. Every single cent. Every cent. It's going right into Planned Parenthood.
The abortion laws aren't even going to pass that he's talking about.
Excuse me. I'm not talking about an abortion law. I'm talking about his budget proposal.
And
right?
The post is supposed to be about
he's cutting your disability. He's also cutting Social Security by well over $4.9 trillion in taxes, which are the lifeline to fund Social Security, and he's cutting $1.5 trillion out of the pot. Not a hypothetical. This is the budget proposal, right? So anybody who's like, that's not true, Google it. Just Google it. Prove me wrong. Google it.
It's a proposal.
It's a proposal until they assume office, right? Then they assume office, and now it's the budget because 80% of them have already endorsed it. Do you understand? It's not we'll see. This is the budget. Do you want to go look it up and come back?
The border crisis.
The border crisis?
That's what your post said.
Dang, if you're saying that this is a border crisis,
No,
I mean,
it says,
Trump
why does
wants a
Donald
border
Trump want
crisis.
a border crisis.
Right. Why does he want one? Not that there is one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there is one.
Oh, well, if there is one now, then what would you call under Donald Trump? What would you call it under his? I mean, because there were more border crossings under Donald Trump than there are today. So if you think that today is a border crisis, what was it back then?
Cite your
An
sources.
apocalypse?
Cite
I mean,
your
look at
sources.
border control. Ready? Border Patrol recorded 58,000 encounters during the summer months of this year. Right? That's under Joe Biden. So in the month of August alone, 58,000 border crossings, right? That's from Pew Research Center and backed by Border Patrol. That's a 77% decline since December. 58,000 in August, okay? Period. I already gave you a source for where that stat came from.
That's false.
I gave you a... What do you mean that's false? I gave you two sources. What do you mean that's false? Okay. And my statement stands. You said that your disability pays for food. Now you won't have it, so how are you going to pay for food? Or are you just... What?
What are you talking about?
Are you just...
What?
Did I stutter? What happened? I said, how are you going to pay for food? You said that you were using disability to pay for food. You were losing disability, so now how are you going to pay for food? Right? That's what I asked. Why are you not responding?
And
It's
then
because
I'm
you don't
Native
know.
American. Do you not realize I get benefits from my tribe?
You think he ain't going to come for that too?
Federal benefits.
You think he ain't going to come for that too? You want to give me 5 minutes and I bet you I can find the cut in the budget around that too? You understand that this whole entire budget being put forth by House Republicans is about, excuse me, you. So again, Donald Trump's budget here, the House Republican budget, endorsed by 80% of House Republicans, is about giving tax cuts to young Americans and taking from elderly Americans and those on disability. That's what the plan is. And he's doing it because he wants to get into the likings of young Americans because they're the future voters. And he effectively believes that elderly Americans are just dying off, so we aren't going to please them, which is god-awful.
Well, the disability for me, it was like food stamps. I don't really need it. I was forced.
You were saying that, oh my gosh, you're saying you're on food stamps and you voted for Trump. Oh,
no, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Gosh.
Disability was like food stamps.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me, hold on. Chat, let me have a conversation with you. Guys, he says he's on disability and he says he's collecting food stamps, but he voted for Donald Trump, whose budget cuts disability. It also cuts the ACA. It cuts CHIP, SNAP, WIC, food stamps. Why is he like... He voted against his own interests. But then he came up here to say, I lost the election and he won the election. I mean, yeah, you really won the election, but I'm about to get a tax cut, right? So that you don't get your disability. That's Donald Trump's budget. So I don't know that that's the flex you think it is. Yeah. Really? Can we get some roaches for Raid in the chat, please? Anyway, unmute. Are you actually winning here, guest, in any scenario? Like, what are you getting from Donald Trump other than a disability cut, right? Because you're losing disability and your food stamps. Like, what are you getting from Donald Trump? What's the win? Do you want to unmute? No? Yeah, I wouldn't either if I were you. That's embarrassing. Jasmine, thank you so much for the $2. And Jennifer, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. That is beyond kind. Thank you so much for the love. Anyway, so you voted against your own interests.
The thing is I don't need disability. I was into it.
You're saying you were stop. Listen, you're saying you don't need the money. Okay, so then what? You're committing fraud on video?
No,
you're saying this?
The military made me do it.
The military isn't making you take it unless you need it. If you're saying you don't need it, you can absolutely opt out of collecting it. So you're just saying that you committed fraud on video, mind you. Did I forget to mention that this is filmed?
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I wouldn't be if I were you, but okay. So help me understand. You're saying you committed fraud now because you're saying you didn't need the disability.
You don't understand the military life.
To be clear, right? Even you saying you don't need access to those benefits because you just don't need the money. I could, even if Donald Trump weren't to take away the disability, which in the budget he does, but let's say he didn't, I could just cut this video, clip it, and send it right off to the government, and they'll take away your disability too. Because you understand that you just said you were committing fraud.
I'm okay with that.
You just said, yeah, I'm sure you're okay with all of this, right? You voted against your own interests. You then said you committed fraud. This has really been a productive conversation.
I'm okay with that.
What is your name?
Lauren.
Your name is Lauren. Thank you. All I needed was the name. Now I know what to put with the video. Let's get up our next guest. Rajani, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Kyle, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Oh, gosh. Is that you in your profile photo?
Yeah. What about it, big boy?
Oh, nothing about it. I would just, I ain't gonna say anything, but I ain't just gonna.
Yeah, because where are you from? Up north?
Sure as hell ain't from wherever you're from.
Keep talking. A Democrat that don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Chat, am I wrong on this one?
Come on, big boy. Let's you have a conversation because you don't know a damn thing about Trump.
Calm down.
Come on, run that.
Tomater, can you take a second? My gosh.
Oh, run that mouth some more, big boy, like you have to everybody else. Let's you have a talk.
Listen, Pookie.
Oh, listen here, smart ass. You don't know a damn thing.
You're so easy to trigger. That was so fun. That was the fastest I've ever upset somebody. I didn't even have to blink. All I did was call you Pookie and you started crying.
No, motherfucker, I don't cry.
Are you having a coming of age? You're just, realizing your self journey. The closet was glass. We knew, big fella. Anyway, let's get back into this. Excuse me.
Your age.
Calm down.
I'm twice your age. So
congrats. So
why would you vote for Harris over Trump?
Right, because she didn't want to cut Social Security, but Donald Trump is looking to cut Social Security. He's cutting, and I'll give you the exact numbers right here so that this isn't debatable. The numbers are backed by the U.S. Department of Revenue, U.S. Treasury Department, and the Federal Reserve. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so he is cutting, and I quote, $4.9 trillion from Social Security, from income, corporate, and individualized income taxes along with the Social Security tax. Now, you MAGA Republicans were so willfully ignorant that when Donald Trump says we're going to cut the Social Security tax, you thought he meant we are going to cut the tax on when you collect your Social Security, when in reality, he meant we are cutting the tax that pays for Social Security. But you didn't listen. And yet, you are going to lose out on the income, corporate, and Social Security tax that pays for Social Security. Okay? In addition to that, MAGA Republicans in the House are looking to cut $1.5 trillion from the Social Security pot. That leaves absolutely nothing, not a dime or a cent in Social Security, and not a channel to funnel funds into Social Security for those collecting in the future. This isn't debatable, right? Anybody who says this is wrong, prove me wrong. Get me a source and prove me wrong. You can't, and I want you to look it up to prove me wrong because it will prove me right. Because the House Republicans have put forth their budget and 80% of them have already endorsed it. So this is the budget they're going to adopt in the new year. It cuts Social Security, it cuts disability, it raises the retirement age to 69, it cuts Medicaid, Medicare, the ACA, CHIP, which is the Children's Health Insurance Program. It cuts that by about $4.5 trillion over 10 years. You're taking healthcare from sick children. That's insane. And then you're losing out on your Social Security and disability. But hey, you know what? Trumper's slogan, a Trumper slogan really is, if you ain't voting against yourself, what are you voting for? So what did you vote for? You're never going to collect Social Security. So what did you vote for?
I'm sure not gonna vote for her when she's
the election's over. Hey, the election's over. You know that? You can't vote for her. The election's over. Jay, thank you for the galaxy.
I voted for him because he's lowering gas prices. He's gonna re-drill.
You know he can't lower gas prices, right? Gas prices are. Excuse me. Gas prices are realistic.
Don't interrupt while I'm talking. I'll let you talk. You let me talk, motherfucker.
You're so angry. Realistically, Donald Trump can't lower gas prices, right? Same way he can't lower inflation. gas prices are already low. They're on par with what 2018's gas prices were. Let's still be so realistic. You can only lower gas prices so low until you can't lower them anymore. You can't lower them anymore. We're already there, right? And then second issue being on inflation. Inflation is 2.1% today. That is lower than 2.4%, which is what it was under Donald Trump in 2018. You can't lower inflation lower than that. You understand?
Lower than 2.4%.
You have an echo, so I'm going to ask you to do something that you probably cognitively don't know what to do here, but scroll out to your homepage and come back into the app. Can you do that? You don't got to leave the live stream, Kyle or Kylie. Scroll out to your homepage and then just, jump back in. Again, if you're on an iPhone or a Samsung, you just scroll out to your homepage. There you go. Good boy. Okay, now unmute Kyle whenever you're ready. You just click on your profile photo and unmute. Folks, if you haven't already and you're just tuning in, please like the live. Help us get to 500,000 likes and hit the follow button in the top left corner. Join our family.
From 17 to 21.
A massive thank you.
It was $1.75.
Goodness gracious. Calm down there, Tiger.
$3 a gallon.
Sir, the national average on gas, you're around 250 to 3. That's what it was in 2018.
No, sir. No, it was not. I drove a truck for a living. I own my own trucks. I know what the fuel costs.
Yeah, I'm not shocked you drove a truck. Was it a pickup truck?
No, I own big trucks. I own my own company, so you don't know what the
He owns big trucks.
I wish I knew where your little ass lived.
Ew, I'm not into you. We don't want to go out with you. You don't got to ask me out like that.
Where you're gay.
Weird.
We know.
Was that your way of asking me out? I'm not interested in your company. Thank you very much.
You're gay. We know. You're gay.
Why'd he run away? What just happened? Okay, we got a runner. Moo. Oh, no, wait. My bell. Gotta fix it. Moo. Let's get some cow emojis in the chat. We gotta herd the cattle. Yeehaw! Why did he get triggered so easily? What did I do? I feel like I didn't even do anything wrong. He was so into me. I think it was upsetting him. That was weird. I guessed. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
That's disgusting.
I mean, overall, I do want to.
No, we don't gotta. I was just making a statement. Anyway, so why?
Why did I vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, the criminal, felon, sexual abuser, and civil fraudster.
Because for one, I feel like, call me selfish, but by the time I get old enough to collect Social Security, it ain't gonna be around anyway, so I didn't care.
Correct. But do you have parents?
Respectfully, they're passed on.
Okay. So how about somebody else who has parents or grandparents who are collecting Social Security, which is their lifeline? You're saying screw them?
At the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world, for one. And then for two...
How about for veterans who fought to defend your fundamental freedoms, veterans who put their lives on the line to defend yours? They rely on Social Security and disability, particularly when they can't qualify through the VA for external programs, and that's thousands upon thousands of veterans. You're leaving them without a lifeline and homeless. Are you okay with that?
But my one vote didn't lead them to anything.
It did. So are you okay with that?
At the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world, so yeah.
Okay, so you're saying forget veterans, screw veterans. Wow. That's insane.
It is what it is. I'm not the one out there that did it. And honestly, as long as this world's been revolving, the benefits has been around, and I feel like they'll still be around.
Nope, they won't, because the House Republican budget's cutting them. You're not paying attention. It cuts disability, it cuts Social Security, it cuts Medicaid, Medicare, and CHIP. It also cuts the ACA. However, the difference between the ACA, CHIP, which is a $4.5 trillion cut over 10 years, a massive cut. It's still not a cut in the entirety of the program. Some folks will still qualify. As far as Social Security and disability, as this stands right now, this budget endorsed by 80% of House Republicans, how this budget stands right now, it cuts Social Security in its entirety. Do you have kids?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a daughter?
I got 2 daughters.
Okay, and you voted against their interests. Not even just to mention disability and Social Security, right? Like you voted against the interests of your daughters. You understand that they have less rights than their mother did at their age?
I will say this. I was leaning towards Kamala. I'm a Democrat, to be real with you.
It's too late for that.
I was a first
You're not a Democrat.
Voter. Yes, no. I was a first time. Don't tell me what I'm not. I was
I'm telling you, you voted against the interests of your daughters. I'm not asking you to pivot. Angel, thank you for the galaxy. Can you tell me? And also, thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. I see all our new subs. Tell me again. You voted against. Excuse you. You voted against the interests of your daughter. Your daughters have less rights today than their mother did at their age. Why did you vote against their rights?
I was trying to tell you, but you kept japping. Like,
no, you were pivoting.
No, I wasn't pivoting. You just try to overtalk people and don't let people get words in. And I try to be quiet when you're speaking, so you should do the same in return.
Did you just say japping?
Yeah, you were japping.
Is that because I'm Jewish?
No, it's because I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and like I said, I'm telling you, I'm a Democrat, and it's the first time I've ever voted Republican. We have our own lingo on how we talk.
That's not lingo you should be walking around using. I speak for a lot of Jewish Americans on here. You ought to look up what that word means, because it ain't what you think it is.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's what I want it to be. Like,
no, it ain't.
I'm not attacking your character at all. This has nothing. Now you're getting off topic. Like, let's talk. I mean,
you're running around slurring.
I ain't slurring anything, bro. It's cute though how you feel like you think that you can like just like put fucking things in people's heads and stuff, and like you are a narcissist type of guy. I've been listening to you for a long time. And
what?
every time I comment,
anyway, can you just answer the question again? I'm just excuse me. Why did you vote against the rights of your daughters? Calm down, dude. Chill. Why are you so like? It's a little extravagant. You gotta. You know,
said excuse me, so I said, did you?
Okay, put the cup down.
I don't drink.
That ain't true. Put the cup down. I just need you to tell me you voted against the interests of your own daughters. They have less rights today than their mother did at their age. Why did you vote against your daughter's rights?
Well, for one, I tried to tell you.
Can you just hurry up and respond?
I'm trying to.
Okay, hurry up.
This guy. Anyhow, Kamala, when she was running for her campaign or whatever,
Kamala's name shouldn't be coming out of your mouth. She's redundant to you now. No, it's redundant. Can you talk about the fact you voted against your daughter's rights? Why do you hate your daughters? Why do you hate them?
I hate my daughters again.
You do, right? See, now I got your attention. So if me getting your attention is me having to trigger you, I will do so to keep your attention. It's giving Finding Dory. So again, stand with me. Now, help me better understand. You clearly have to have some hate or despise for your daughters when you voted against their right to choose. They don't have that right to choose anymore. You understand?
I mean, I fully understand what you're trying to say, but...
Okay, so then answer that. Why did you vote against the right to choose? Come on, Dory. Come on.
How can Kamala be a good president when she
Kamala's not your president. Kamala's not going to be your president.
Okay, the reason
again, you voted for Donald Trump. You voted against the interests of your daughters. Can you just tell me?
Yes, and the reason why is because Kamala was $20 million in debt while campaigning.
Oh my gosh! That's first off, that's not true. Can you just respond?
That's very true. I mean, it's been reported every which way.
No, you're not going to respond?
I just responded.
You didn't. You didn't even mention your daughters. So you understand that you voted against the rights of your daughters, and you're so content with that, you won't even own up to why you did it. You just did it for what? Shits and giggles?
No, you mentioned my daughters. I never mentioned my kids.
You have daughters. You voted against the right to choose. Let's see, chat. I'm going to ask him again. Is he A, going to answer, or B, pivot? Let's see, chat. What do you think? Is he going to A, answer the question, or B, is he going to run away and pivot? Let's find out. You voted against the rights of your daughters. They have less rights today than their mother had at their age. They lost their right to choose, and that could that could affect them in the future, but they won't have an option to choose in the future. There's not a single policy that regulates the body of a man. If you have a son, his body's not regulated, just your daughters. So can you tell me again why you voted for Donald Trump, who is regulating the bodies of your daughters? Go ahead.
Because he ran the presidency once, or he was the president once, and he did a good job in my estimation, and I think he's going to do it again.
Okay, so you're happy with how he served his first term, and you're saying, you know what? If your daughters lose their rights, that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm clipping this afterwards. Did I forget to mention that this is filmed?
I can care less. Now, the funnier thing on that is my daughter is...
Anyway, I just need you to stop talking for a second. I just want to bask in what you just said. You said that you were more than happy to throw your daughter's rights out the door for Donald Trump. And that's crazy. That's actually really crazy. So help me better understand this then. What is Donald Trump going to do for you economically, and how is he going to accomplish it?
Well, I just stated earlier he showed that he was a good president in his first
Can you break it down? Lacey, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. And Stephanie, thank you for the $20 on Cash App. That's beyond kind. Stephanie wanted me to tell you that she hates you. Don't be mad. I'm just the messenger. But Stephanie, thank you for the $20. Yeah, thank you for being so easily hateable. It's because of that that I just got $20. So thank you. Anyway, can you continue?
I'm glad you can get $20. That'll make or break me. Anyhow,
just continue.
My daughter just turned 21 and she voted for Trump too.
Okay, so she's stupid too. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, can we get back into this again? I just need you to tell me what is Donald Trump.
Microphone, but you
Excuse me. You voted for Donald Trump based off of what economic stability? Like, you're saying that you voted for Trump because you think he's going to do better for you when it comes to the economy, and you still haven't named what that is that he's going to accomplish for you and how he's going to do it. Can you just hurry up?
I mean, I already told you. You try to gaslight people and make them run with that little cowbell until you kick me off. We'll be talking
cowbell.
Yeah.
Can you just respond? Why is it so hard?
Responding. I can't help that you don't understand.
You didn't answer once.
All you do, Johnny, is gaslight people. You don't even let them get a word in half the time.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Hold on,
excuse me. Whenever you're ready, you just start over and go ahead.
I just told you what I felt. Stop choking your chicken, bro. Nobody cares.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said stop choking your chicken.
Sorry, what was that?
Let me tell you something. You say you motherfucking, I'm about to smack the motherfucking white meat up your motherfucker.
He's so triggered. I love it. It's so easy. Oh, wow. Even laughing emojis are literally the top comment right now. That's hilarious. Wow, you're a madman. You're like triggered. Honestly, it might be a superpower of mine. I'm just that good. Let's get up our next guest. Hopefully somebody coherent. That would be preferable, but probably not going to happen. You know how Trumpers are. Are these Donald Trumps? Did he lose these? Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
How's it going?
How's it going?
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
Yeah, not too bad. This is my first time seeing you. So you like trigger people and like...
No, I just ask questions, but MAGA Republicans get triggered because, you know, they're sensitive snowflakes. Anyway, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
Oh, okay, so congrats. You're a sensitive snowflake too. Wow. So anyway, why'd you vote for the criminal rapist?
Wait, you're asking about kids. Are you gay?
I'm asking about why you voted for the criminal rapist. Can you just respond?
You said what? Right? Go ahead.
When the wall goes up, what side are you on?
No, I'm just asking, like...
I'm just asking. When the wall goes up, what side are you on?
The side that I'm on right now.
Oh. Is the weather better over there, or... Anyway, so let's get back into this then. I just want to understand one more time if you could tell me why you voted for the criminal rapist. And why you voted against your own interests.
Well, I mean, just the tampons, you know, that just really made me, like, go against it with the, you know, them trying to put that over the kids and...
Okay, we're going to move on. Folks, we're going to do a live stream restart. This guest is just insane. If you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner and join our little family. We do these conversations every single day. A massive thank you to everybody who had supported me on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. If you do want to support me, my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are in my bio. If you do support me, though, by submitting a contribution or donation or whatever the case be, please write your username on it so that I can follow you. Like, I want to be able to, like, those are your hard-earned dollars. If you're supporting me, please write your username on it so that I can like follow you. I want to be able to follow you back. Okay, it's like a little thank you. So again, big thank you to everybody from Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and then also again, if you haven't already, hit that follow button in the top left corner. You'll get a notification next time we're on live. Thank you so much to everybody for the love. We'll probably be back on a little later tonight, but I think it's dinner time. It's about 8 o'clock on the East Coast, so you know, dinner time. Y'all like what you heard today, though? I hope that I'm, you know. Half of this is education. Half of this really is entertainment. We have fun. We have fun. We have fun. And we hold people accountable, and we have fun while doing it. I hope that you're liking what you're hearing today. Alrighty, folks.